Thank you for your pledge on Patreon. Tony Justiniano.
Hey, yo, Flip.
Yo.
I'm going to put you on some fire, man. They got this new beard wash company. They got the lotion and the everything.
What's their name?
They got a recovery room.
What's the name?
Maestro's Classic.
G-Money's up front.
I'll put you on.
I'll put you on the Maestro's, sure? Man. You forgot the way I brought you? You forgot where I brought you up there?
Oh, man.
You forgot about Ghost?
All right. What's his name?
Ghost, you know again?
He cool, man. Ghost is cool, man.
Yo, make sure you get your Maestro's Classic beard care products today at Target, CVS, or go on maestrosclassic.com and use the promo code QueenzFlip to get 10% off.
10%, that's it? I thought it was free if you put your...
Are you crazy?
All right, I get it.
Make sure you go there today. Log on maestroswithas.com. I'm from Queens. G-Money!
Yo.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Why my chair always be low when I come in the studio? You be trying to set me up, bro?
Nah, I just try to keep my same joint.
Last time, yeah, I had to definitely had to get at you a little bit because you wanted to switch chairs back and all type of crazy like.
I can't get my chair over here. You know what?
Your chair, bro. Your chair is really that one.
I'm put my name on the back of this chair right here. I'm gonna stitch it in so they can know.
Can I tell you the truth, G?
Tell me.
And this is what goes to show when people get bougie because you get a lot of money now. You see that chair over there, G? See that chair that's bending like that? That's my chair. This is yours. You see, when we did flip the script first, I wanted to have matching chairs. If you notice that this chair and that chair match.
Facts.
This is the last chair that I bought that you never even really sat in.
Facts.
And you made it yours.
You know why? Because there was one day that I was here and it was here and they didn't move it. I was like, this one is
it's not yours,
this is
G.
better.
You can't do that, G.
It wasn't yours either though. Whose chair was it?
And somebody, that's what I'm saying. So you got to bid for it properly, G. You can't.
So we can switch. We get that chair again.
Like you can take this chair. I'll take the. And I'll take this. How you doing?
Good job, you slick.
How you doing, G? Good seeing you.
I'm coolin', man. Everything good. You know, was in the city just now. Making a few moves in the city.
You out here working, bro.
You know what I mean? Just came from a little listening party real quick.
What? Oh, Lord.
What happened?
Who listening party, G?
I ain't gonna talk about it.
Why you can't tell me about it, G?
I don't want you to get upset.
Tell me.
Nah, it's nothing crazy. It's something light.
Share it.
It's something light.
You not plugging people in now?
What you mean?
They didn't pay you to plug them in?
Nah, they didn't pay for the plug. Nah. I'll tell you after the show.
Okay. But everything is good. How's Dawson?
Everything's good. Dawson's good, man.
Cool. When is he going on the school report?
Soon.
Okay.
March is looking good. His schedule's a little crazy.
How's Auntie Bridges good?
Yeah, right, good.
And shout out to the episodes we've been doing, man. Shout out to the couple of episodes that we've been doing. It was great, man.
Yeah.
And it's going good. We got a guest in here that I'm excited about, man. But,
yeah.
I guess that, he had his radars up. I'm going to have to get at him later, man. He had his radars up.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I'm excited to be here.
It should be good. It's always a good time when we up here, man.
And you always got these match. Is this a sponsorish stuff or is it something you bought?
This is regular. It's regular. No sponsor.
What's going on with the sponsors, man?
I'll take a little break. They'll be back soon. Don't worry. The sponsors be back soon, man. You know what I mean? Sponsors be back soon. I'll take a little break. I actually have one in the crib. I'm just waiting for the email to come back to let me know what they confirm that everything is then we can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, how do you do that to your friend, bro?
What?
You be really.
I got a shirt for you in the house.
I'm good.
Exactly.
I'm good.
So you got it.
You always set me up. You set me up with the people.
Yeah.
I got a shirt for you. No, I'm good. They be saying the same thing.
They be sending me shirts.
Yeah, but please give it to me. I would love it. No, I'll bring it home.
That's what she said.
G-Money.
Yo.
Episode 154.
Nigga, we made it.
Is it 154 or 155?
I changed it.
Oh, we got a special guest. Uh-huh. Welcome to Flip the Script.
I was just when I saw your face. The one that was there for me.
Wow. For the lady.
Wow.
For the lady. Everything. I was humming this shit. Why wouldn't you think with you? You could come around with a G. Yeah, they caused 50 talked about that record.
Really?
But round of applause, my man Rell in the building. Rell, what's going on, man?
Man, it's y'all world. I'm just in it. I can't believe it. I'm in your world tonight. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm happy.
How you doing, man?
I'm happy. Everything's good, man. Everything's on the up and up. I say that, Every day ain't sunny for nobody, but everything's on the up and up. I'm good. I'm good. No
that was
complaints.
a fire line.
He's
Gino.
talking slick talk. I just
Gino hype him. I know that line caught me too. Every day it's too
early
it caught me.
You know, I went back home for a minute. You know, I went back down south. You know, got back. You know, to the way we talk, and you know, I might have a little bit of that with me this go around with the music. So, looking forward to that part. You know,
he's cool is coming out soon in the show. Early.
Where you been?
Oh man, still in the music, songwriting. You know, off the radar, but still getting it. You know, worldwide. Shout out to all the independents out there who know what time it is.
Okay.
That's you know, I gotta leave it there. It's a lot of them.
Ghostwriting.
Yeah, definitely that.
So we can't get the maybe off camera we can get some names off camera.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
You sure?
Off camera, yeah.
I'm interested to know who you know.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, man.
Yeah, you know, it has been a while. You know, I came in the game a songwriter though, y'all. Y'all didn't know that. Before I met, you know, Dame and everybody, I was a songwriter already in New York. You know, I was just Rell Gaddis, no Rell yet. You know, just making my placements. Yeah.
And before we get into that, I got a couple of questions I want to ask you before we get into that. Well, welcome back. Welcome to Flip the Script. I don't know how you got here. I don't know where you're coming from. You ended up here. I don't know what's going on. I'm really confused, man.
Me either, man.
You know what I mean? Are you like have you seen any of the shows that we've done up here?
Flip the Script? I can't say I have. I can't
Okay.
say I have. Like so that's why I came in the door, you know, not really knowing what to expect. You know, I follow what I see on Instagram, and that's hilarious. So I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, okay, I might need a duck. I'm looking for booby traps, whatever. You might just jump out the closet. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
So
like,
you're aware of the pranks though. That's what.
oh yeah, I love it. You know.
No, actually, you don't love it.
No, I do, because I just didn't know what to expect. That's all. That's why I didn't know what to expect.
Well, this is Flip the Script, you know, and welcome. You're about to have a long night because we have a lot to talk about.
Congratulations on this, on all of it. I mean that. Like,
Thank you.
sincerely.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I got on this in South Carolina, my home state. So, you know what I mean? You out there, bro. Y'all out there.
I appreciate
it.
that.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Definitely.
So, tell us who you are, like as far as like, bring us back. Let's take a moonwalk back and sit. You know, tell us Rell. Wow. Where's Rell come from, growing up? You know, let's take it back to there and let's take our time here because you know, I don't want to get straight into the shenanigans because I will, but let's take our time.
Who is Rell? Wow. Man, I don't even know how to answer that. Like,
Where you from originally?
originally, Beaumont, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, small town. And with all the tremors, all the small town tremors. Like,
Slide
Beaumont,
up.
South
Talk on the mic a
Carolina.
little bit. Just move over a little bit, Rell.
This way here?
Yeah, you can slide your
A little
mic
more
over.
swag now, a little more lean.
Yeah,
We
you
good?
can talk to the, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So I know we want to keep the camera too. We don't want the
Yeah,
mic.
facts.
You know. Gotcha.
All right. So
gotcha.
you're from the South. Tell us about how it was growing up in the South.
Typical. Church, sports, more church,
More
more sports.
Church and sports.
Church and sports.
What kind of
For
sports
me,
you played?
church and sports, you know.
What kind of sports you played?
All of them.
Everything?
Yeah.
Basketball,
everything.
football.
I mean, you have to at a small school. They'll forfeit it, you know. So you have to play everything, you know, like, or it won't be enough, you know, kids for the season, and you won't have a season. So big ups to small towns out there, you know. They know what I'm talking about.
So what kind of kid were you growing up? Were you a bad kid, a trouble kid? Were you a quiet kid?
I wasn't bad, you know. I can't. You didn't really have room to be bad. You had uncles, you had your dad, you had your grandfather. You know, these guys still, you know, strong enough to. How can I talk in here? Like, first off, can I?
I mean,
Do I have to watch what I say?
You
like,
can curse, but we just limit the F word. The F word
oh,
is something that gets
okay,
flagged.
okay, yeah. It was
Did you
just too many
curse?
people around there to cut your ass, you know. And it's like one to get the word, and then you know they'll get pissed, and now you know, and mom and dad ain't even home from work yet. You smell me? It was like that growing up, really. So it was kind of hard to do that kind of stuff where I'm from. Man, you know, it's still not even homeless people in my small town.
wow.
Like,
Really?
I really didn't see a lot of that till I came north. Like, I got off the bus, you know, like 6, 7 in the morning at Port Authority, and had my luggage, and almost right away, I had to step over somebody. That was the first time I seen it, but man, what a wake up call.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you in the South. Big family in the household. Mom and dad is there. Brothers, you got siblings or?
I got siblings. I'm the oldest of 4. You know, with my mom, it's complications there. I really can't get into outside of that. But
okay,
like with my mom, it's 4 of us. I'm the oldest, and love them to death. You know, and I mean, like I said again, typical. It was just typical.
All right.
You know,
So
as the oldest, you know, you kind of try and, you know, set a model for, you know, your younger cousins and your siblings, and, you know, your cousins even down there, like brothers and sisters. So,
right.
you know, it's definitely a clan thing when you're raising the kids up.
Well, let me ask you a question. So you're saying that, you know, what you was, it's too personal to get into as far as like family wise. It's something that you don't want to really get into.
Certain aspects of it, you know,
Respect. Okay.
cause like again, these small towns and you know, the way that they went about things, you know, prior to you coming up, you know, sometimes, you know, it's some things you got to walk with that you can't really speak on. So
respect.
So you know, you live with it. It's just one of those things.
Did you have both parents in the household?
I did up until 11, 12 years old. I had both parents, you know, and then still, you know, still got my pops to this day.
Okay.
You know, they had their issues, but it ain't stopped the love. So,
Right.
you know, we still we still at it. I wasn't bad, man. I was sneaky. If there's a difference between bad and sneaky, you know, bad's just outright bad. You know, you might run into, you know, some folks who thought you were disrespectful or something like that. Nah, you know, because my whole thing was I got to get away with it. That was so. So sneaky was more so, you know, honestly, a word I used to describe myself if I was doing anything. You know, it was on that sneak tip.
Okay.
So
growing up, you in the South, playing sports. Every, you know, you said like every sport pretty much at school you had to play everything.
Right.
So like, what else you get into in the South? Like, are there any gangs going on in the South and any trouble things going on in the community?
I
anything?
mean, back, you know, I came out of high school in '94. So back when I was a teenager, you figure it's late '80s, you know, going into the '90s, you know, crack's brand new. That, you know, that hit everywhere. So, you know, that hit every family. You know, and then you start seeing that side of the tracks. You know, the more it started to expand, you know, throughout the community. So, you know, it's not like the trouble wasn't there. It's not even like the life wasn't there, and it's not even like I didn't get involved with it, you know, at certain points. It was just my focus, I think, really, because I'm from a family of singers, like, was really that music from day one. You know, so, like, they all sang. You know, I'm the only one that took the game seriously, but everybody in my tribe on my mom's side, they sing. Yeah.
Church, like in the church?
Church. I have cousins who are secular, you know, who even write their own music. But again, like I said, I was the only one that was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. You know, I'm going to see what this music industry is all about, because that's, you know, that was my dream, I guess. You know, that was my whole thing. It was like, I want to see what's up with that. And so I guess from high school to college, it was still sports. And once I made that shift to school, then it became, you know, what I wanted to major in. And then I met this group while I was in school, and school's out the window. Straight up. School was just out of the window for me because they were dope. Like, these guys were dope. Their name was F.D.S. They were from Orangeburg County, but you know, Bowman is in Orangeburg County, but all the towns in Orangeburg County didn't really gel, and especially back then. And we didn't gel with Orangeburg, so I didn't meet them until, you know, we were in college, like kind of like a neutral ground.
Right.
You know, clubs and all that, it just wasn't happening for us. We didn't mix. We didn't really, you know, and with other towns. But once I got with that group, it was all about the music, and that's where, you know, I think those are probably the beginning steps that got me sitting on this couch with you right now. Like, it was then, yeah.
So like before that though, like, when did you know and believe in your talent? Like when did you? Because you said the family always sing, you know, they were singing, you was singing, but like, when did you know personally, like, all right, yo, I got this gift. Like I can tell, I can hear it. You know, it's time to kind of push it forward now.
Honestly, my class. graduating class of 94. Yeah, my peers, they were the ones like, man, you need to go. You need to try that. You need to go. Long before I took it seriously. You know, the other thing with me was I was never one of those I guess kids who said at like 5, 6, 7 years old, I'm gonna be Michael Jackson, or I'm gonna be a star, or I'm gonna be in entertainment.
Right.
That wasn't me, you know. For me, that was probably around 17, 18, like you know, when I made that choice. It was a choice that, you know, I literally made for me, and started, I guess, working my way towards it.
Can I ask you a question? Did you have a rough childhood?
Rough. Fellas. I didn't have a rough childhood. You know, I really didn't have a rough childhood, I gotta say. It was just certain revelations about my childhood, you know, which is like wow factors later on in my life. Like, whoa, okay.
Things you found out later on.
Yeah.
You weren't able to put these together as a child, though.
Nah. That type of thing. It's like, you know, the coin's on one side and then it's flipped over and it's like, what? Yeah. Plus, what? That type deal.
And whatever that was, what did it do to you? Now, whenever you found out whatever you found out, what age were you and what did it do to you mentally?
I was probably 15, and, you know, from that point on, I was just look, I want to know the truth about everything. I want to know the truth about anything that I'm affiliated with, anything that I'm a part of, anything that I'm doing, you know, anything that I'm curious about. I want to know the dead truth on it. You know what I mean?
And
no secrets, no lies, no nothing. I want to know what's good. It put me on that path. That if it did anything, if I rebelled in any way, excuse me, folks.
okay.
If I rebelled in any way, it was from being traditional. It was from being what I was all that time. So it kind of gave me fuel. It kind of just, you know, pushed me right on north to do what I'm doing. You know, if anything, it was like, okay, yeah, it's definitely time to go. That was like, that's one of those things. Like, yeah, well, I'll be back sometime in the future. I'm out of here right now.
But let me ask you a question. I know you don't want to get. I know you don't want to get into it because people, you know, tend to watch things. But whatever news that came out, how did it come out? Like, what caused it to come out?
A death. A death caused it to come out. Like a death that no one saw coming. You know, it was actually a child that.
So before that, you saw life or at one way, like.
Oh, definitely.
And then when it happened, it was like.
Okay, how can I see life now? It's like,
wow.
Kind of walking blindfolded, you know.
Wow.
Like all out of nowhere, it's just somebody did this and told you, all right, keep moving, and you like, you like that for a minute, you know.
Wow.
Straight up. So, and then eventually you just, you know, I don't know, you just keep living, cause you have to, cause life ain't stopping, time's still ticking, you know. Bills still, you know, incurred. Like, you really don't have time, you know, when, I guess, I mean, y'all know this as minority men. I'll say that, you know, the weight that we sometimes have to carry, and that weight that we carry, you know, on the strength of other things, you know, other than ourselves, will in a way that, you know, that we feel is helping us, it'll push our feelings to the side. So we never deal with them, nor in a way we never really have to, because we're always occupied. You know what I mean? And I'm one of those guys, man. That's where I guess we all the same. You know, the only thing that's different is just the details. But the main highway is the same.
I keep pushing.
Yeah.
Now, last question about this. I definitely want to move on. Did this issue or whatever that arise cause distance between you and your family?
Definitely.
Because you said you had to get up and leave, but did it cause
Yeah.
distance, and did you hold anyone
It did
accountable?
because, you know, I mean, by that point in time, I was just like, all right, I don't want nobody telling me nothing. Because at this point, anybody could be lying to me. So I'll just find out from here. I'm good. You know? Even if that means I have to crash and burn to learn, then so be it. Like, I'm...
You said 15, too, you said. Around 15.
Around 15, from 15 on, safe to say. You know what I mean? Safe to say, because at 15, you find out. But, you know, you still developing. Mind, body, all, you know, spirit, you still developing, you know, because you're a child. As you get older, perception changes, you know, and now you're able to see it for what it truly is. And now it'll affect you for how it truly should and how it truly would, because you have the adult understanding of what it is. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's different. It's different, but you learn to live with it. You know what I mean? It's people that in life that go through far worse. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, and you know, you got mental illness and things like that. That's real. You know what I mean? For a lot of millions of people in this country. So, again, knowing that as an adult, you know, these are the things that, you know, you kind of use to say, all right, well, look, I'm okay. I'm not so bad. You know, I'm gonna pick up my cross and carry it and keep it moving. You know, that's how you handle it. So for me, that's how I handled it, because it was no other way to handle it. Sometimes it just is what it is. You know what I mean? In life, in general, with certain things, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Some things you need things we don't have, like a time machine. You smell me? And that's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Can't get that back. So you live with it. And it's probably one of the things that I use to, and it's probably one of the reasons why my music's so therapeutic. You know, because I know pain. And if I can ease pain for anybody that's listening to me, or just give them something relatable, you know what I mean? Or take their mind off something that they are dealing with by listening to me. Whatever the case is, you know, I'm all for it. So that's always been my route.
I asked you this earlier, a couple of minutes ago.
Sure.
Why, and I made an assumption, but I want to ask you honestly, why wouldn't you divulge what is going on? Why? What? Because you said earlier that, like, what? It's just what makes you keep it inside? Because you say your music is a therapy, but what makes you keep it inside and not? I'm very slick up here.
No. I get that. I get it. It's appreciating. It's cool. You know what I mean? It's cool.
And I want to ask you that, like, because you know I see it and I see it's something serious, because you're very good at talking. I mean, you're very good at melodic stuff, but it can't go past me. 'Cause, you know, we're opposites. So
yeah, but I see what you're doing too. So
I know I can tell you so, because you give me that look like.
Yeah. No, but it's okay. It's okay.
What makes you keep it inside and not say, yo, this is what happened? Is it something that's like, is it the people that you're afraid to offend? Is it just something that you just?
It's not even that I'm afraid to offend
away?
them.
It's just
you know
too
what?
personal. Like,
the only reason why it's too personal is because of the other people. You know what I mean? Like, for me, it's not. But I know from how they've all handled this prior to me finding out that I'm not gonna get anything out of them. So I have to be the bigger person. That's the whole thing. It's like, okay, I have to understand why it's hard for you guys, you know, for us to sit down and have a forum. I have to be the bigger person, even though I'm the true victim. I have to be the bigger person for all of you, and so be it. So be it. You know what I mean? It's hard being a king. What can I say? But so be it.
Sometimes it's hard to be the bigger person, though.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, but when you know that, in a sense, and it's not a religious statement that I'm about to make, but it's just, you know that it's like knowing somebody else's salvation is wrapped up in how you handle things. It's like he got game. It's like that, you know? It's like, yeah, I can hang you out to dry because it's foul. But I'm still you. You still me at the end of the day, you know? And being the scholar that I am, you know, and learned, you know, in certain areas, like I am, you know, I'm just not one of those guys that's big on in being hung up in court, you know, with people I love, because I dislike most of the people who's on the other side of that bench a little more. So being a bigger guy has been for me a blessing. I think it's like just letting that be, because look, you know, like I said, I'm the youngest here dealing with it, so it's like I think it's cool. I think it's for lack of better words, I think it's sexy as hell on my part, because I'm the only one that can play this role. You know, nobody else has been able to play the role that they need to. You know, so
besides anyone else that's on the other side of the spectrum,
he's good.
Have you discussed this with anybody else? So like people close to you, have you discussed it? Because I know this is a public platform. You know,
Not really.
Really?
I haven't really discussed this with, you know, other people. This is like, you know, the last time around, I was young, man, with Roc-A-Fella. Anytime cameras and all that was in front of me. And my focus was on different things, you know, back then. But now, I don't really have a problem speaking on any subject, you know. How in depth I might go into that subject, you know, that's one thing. But speaking on anything, nah. At this point, who cares what anybody thinks about what they might hear me say, you know? I'll be careful what I say, but at the same time, I don't care what you think about what I give you.
I mean, I can tell you be careful. I just, you know, and I respect it though.
Yeah.
But if we was to hear what it was, well, we'd be like, oh wow, like that's crazy.
He is too much. He's too much, right? That depends on what you heard in life, like how crazy some of the stuff you might have heard is, you know.
Oh, so some of the stuff I might be privy to, some of the stuff that I might have been exposed
like,
to,
yeah,
would depend on my reaction to your news.
I mean, I don't think I'm not on an island, you know, with my experiences. I think that there, you know, I think that there are other people that also have totally, you know, been through what I went through, and you know, it's okay. It's just, like I said, it put me on a path where I just didn't want to hear any more lies. You know, in life, I wanted to know what was true. You know what I mean? So lies could be deciphered and you know, not walk believing that something that's not true is true. Like that was the whole. It put me on that path. It wasn't one of those things like, oh my God, I hate everybody, or you know, I wasn't touched. It wasn't that type of thing. But it was just, why didn't y'all tell me this? It was like that. It's like, why on earth wouldn't you tell me this? Like, you know, because, man, there's some things I got to live with now because of it. It's like, damn, okay. Well, that's
Gmoney asked a question earlier, and I cut it off, but he stated that after 15, whenever you found you said I had to go, did you automatically, you know, you get put on Rell? What's up with you? Put it on mute, man. Did you automatically leave your home? Did you stay around? Like, what did you ask, bro? Because the question was, you said that at 15. You said at 15 because remember he said.
Well, I asked him what happened at 15. It happened when he found out, you know,
right?
Just during 15. And
right.
That was it. But he answered it though. He said it happened at 15.
Yeah, but then you like what? Where did you go after? Like, did you leave automatically or you still?
Oh no. Like I said, you know, I stayed. I was home. I was still there.
He mentioned finishing high school, then went to college.
Yeah,
that's when we met
the group.
The group.
Got
yeah.
it.
And then you know,
that's
it was like they were like, you know, confirmation. It was like gone.
Who was the?
Oh, sorry. Before that's what he said. I asked him when did he know he was gonna be pursuing the music thing. He said his class.
My class were the first ones. Like they were the first ones to say I should, you know, pursue that because most people from my hometown, they knew it was gospel. They knew it was Antioch Baptist Church. They knew it was Old Mount Zion. Those two. I was at Old Mount Zion for my parents' divorce, and then I was at Antioch, which is my mother's, you know, maiden church, for the duration. So
your classmates were going to the church as well. So they heard you.
Well,
in
I mean,
church.
they were their own churches, of course, but yeah, with certain ceremonies, if you will,
right.
we'd end up in each other's, you know, buildings and.
So did you do R&B as well back then, or was it strictly choir and stuff like that?
It wasn't a lot of platforms for secular music. That was the whole thing down there. You know, that was just something you did on your own time, or if you was lucky enough, a talent show would present itself. You know, open mic wasn't big, karaoke wasn't big, so you know that wasn't something we really did. But it was, I think it was a talent show. It was something like that had everybody like, wow, you sound, you know what I mean? Like, this is just, you know, that's just, wow, you really can sing, man. You really can hold a note. And
what song you sung at the talent show? You remember?
I don't know. Before I Let Go?
Really?
Yeah. Before I Let Go. Dave Hollister. Blackstreet, yep. Before I Let Go.
Oh, that Before I Let Go. Okay. I was talking about the other.
Oh, Frankie Beverly
Before
Mays.
I Let Go.
No.
I'm about to say, really?
Nah.
Before I Let You Go. Before I Let You Go.
Yeah.
So, but wait, he also you said something. First of all, let's back up a little bit. What was your parents' occupation? What did they do?
They worked hard. They worked hard. My father he's always been a mechanic. Anything with a motor, he can fix it. Wow. You know, wow, this is crazy. My mother, you know, she's always been into factories of some sort,
Okay.
and supervising predominantly, you know, so that's what it's always been.
And you stated that when they got a divorce, you went to one church until they got a divorce, and you went to another church.
Right.
And why did you go to the other church? You followed who?
Well, I was following her. You know, when they got married, she went. You know, she became part of his church family. They got divorced. She went back to be a part of her church.
Got you. Okay.
You know,
okay.
Religion. I haven't followed it for years, but you know, that's how it came up.
You haven't followed it for years?
No.
Why
I
not?
haven't. It's more like I live spiritual now, man. Like I said, I lies force me to find truth in everything. So I'm spiritual now. That's all I can say on that, you know.
Respect.
Right.
You get up with this group. What was the name of the group?
Finesse.
You said that. I mean, what was the name of the two guys that were in it?
Oh, it was 5 of us.
What were the name of them?
It was Trav, Brian, Kurt, Mimi, and myself. Yep.
So how'd you get part of the group? You met them. You heard that they was dope.
Yeah.
You heard them
they
sing,
had
man.
this Take 6 stuff going on. That, you know, I mean, jazz influxes in their harmony, and you know, I'm in church. You don't hear that. You hear the traditional gospel chords, and you know, but I'm hearing what they're doing because they're in the stairway in our dorm my freshman year. And, I mean, it's just hard not to hear it. It's hard not to feel it because they remind you of Take 6, Boys and Men.
Got you.
They were serious with it. You know, they had their own version of Anita Baker's Sweet Love. 4 guys singing harmony, jazz harmony, had their own version of Anita Baker's Sweet Love that's out of this world. You know? And I know music. I have an ear for it. I have a voice for it. So it was like, you know, I knew I wasn't wasting my time hanging out with them. I knew that. That much I knew. So once we got together, it was on. It was on. Our first stop was Atlanta. We hit Darp Studios. I met George Clinton. We got on some music with him. We left South Carolina with Little Malik from Illegal, of all people. You know, because his roots is in Holly Hill. And, you know, Holly Hill is a county over from, you know, Orangeburg, where we grew up. And So that's how we ended up leaving home with him one night, like 3 a.m. Like, well, it's time to go. So we out. I'm 18 years old. We out. We made it to Atlanta, went down there, got on our grind, struggled like everybody else who leaves home without a real plan. And then we landed in Jersey with some management that they had. You know, I'm the last member in the Baby Boy, so I'm tagging along. And that management led me to the Bronx, 188th and Bathgate, Top 10 Entertainment, Darren Chandler, and rest is history. Dame and all that came through Darren, but songwriting came first through Darren. You know, I was with a production company before I was with Roc-A-Fella, where I honed writing, arranging, producing with the in-house producers they had at the time. Dinky Bingham, who did Love for Free, and Cody. Cody was a part of Trends of Culture, I think. Queens.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So they was both Queens cats. So shout out to Queens. Like Queens always been a part of my existence in the game. So
hold on. So real quick. So how did the group get their name out there though? I know you said they was singing in the school. What school was it too? By the way, what school y'all went to?
South Carolina State.
South Carolina State.
Yeah,
Okay. So they was singing in the school. They did shows and stuff too, town shows or like because the grind back then is different from now. Obviously,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like social media stuff now is a lot. So
exactly.
like, how did they
I
get
wish
there?
we had it back then.
Yeah. So how did they get the name up with the group? Like, how did they get popping out there back then?
Well, Orangeburg itself is not small. You know, you can get pretty popular, among a pretty large group of people and fairly quick, It's a college town, so if you're in the club, then all the kids from all over wherever they came from to go to school, that's who's in the club with you.
Right.
So it in a town like that, the word will get out about you pretty quick. It'll get out pretty quick.
And how'd you join the group? Like you just went to them and was like, yo,
I was
sing
singing
too.
in the freshman talent show, and then two of the members was there and heard me. That was how. And they found me after that talent show. Like I came in second place, but they was like, yo, dude. Like we got this group, like we rehearsing, they like, are you familiar with this hall? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's my hall. Okay, that's where we be. So if you hear anybody in there, it's us. And I never heard anybody in there before that. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, it's typical.
Right.
But now I'm on my way in from class. And I stopped through by one of my folks' room real fast to shoot the shit, whatever. And I'm on my way to where I'm going, and then I hear them. And it's like, whoa. So I peeked out into the stairway, and it was like, sure as shit. It was like two of them, and it was another two with the two that I met. Oh, y'all sound crazy. So I went upstairs, and that was it. That was it.
When you ended up in the Bronx, you ended up with the guy. Say the guy's name again. When you ended up in the Bronx.
Darren Chandler,
Yeah, and then but at the time the group went to the Bronx with you.
At the time, yeah. Like we landed in New York. One half of the management, Don Blanks, I-Rock they called him. He was from Perth Amboy. We went back to Perth Amboy with him. And then I think it was like a few days later that we, came on into the city and up to the Bronx to meet D. They knew Roc. They knew Darren. I met Roc and I met Darren for the first time when I was with them. So, yeah. So we started recording.
How long you was with them for? Like, how long y'all worked with them until the group?
2 years, I think. I was
staying in the Bronx.
We were staying in Jersey. We was coming to the city, maybe 3-4 times a week. And
you were just writing songs at that time,
right? And recording, and getting, preparing to, shop our project, for labels and all. And then I had to go back home because I had a little not a mishap. My grandfather passed away, and then the house we grew up in burnt completely to the ground. So, mom's had some stuff to figure out, and so I went back to South Carolina to, help out.
The house burned down?
Yeah. Like, whole childhood, like, gone. Trophies, certificates, everything.
Wait, hold on.
All that's gone.
The house just burned down. Why did it burn down?
It was electrical. It was my grandfather's house. It was an older house, so it was something with the wiring that shorted and caused that. Luckily, nobody was home, but
where did Mama Love go?
They were in church.
And when did it end? Where did she end up going?
She was with Auntie. She was one of my aunties for a while, one of her sisters, till she got back right, and then I started trying to find something else to do again because I had already got that taste of the North. It was like,
can't be back over here.
Yeah, it's like I've outgrown it now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what's gonna keep my focus.
So then you up here for you up in South Carolina for a while. Then what?
Retired from my job and came back north. Got back with the same people that I was with before. Went back to the Bronx and continued what I was doing with them. And that's when one fateful day, Lord F.D.S pops in. Here's the demos that I'm doing. I didn't know him and Darren were cool, but I always remember seeing his face in the back of the magazine in South Carolina. Like he was always promoted, and you'd always see him with the corn braids in the back of the magazine. I'm like, oh shit, that's you. You know what I mean? So, he's like, yo, the young is hot. Yo, I like the young. Let me get him in the studio, see what can happen. So we did Ghetto, and Ghetto was the first time I heard myself on a hip hop, on a hip hop hook. With an artist I respected long before I knew him. Ghetto, and he opened the doors. I mean, he opened all the doors. He opened the doors to digging in the crates. I work with Show. I work with I work with OC. I work with Fat Joe. He just opened the door, and everybody was like, yo, I gotta have him. Yo, I gotta work with him. Yo, I gotta get him up here. Like, all right, cool.
So Ghetto.
I know Buck. I know that whole set, man. That they like my OGs. All of them.
That was 9-6.
That was 9-6, 9-7 around there. Yeah. Exactly. That was it. And I didn't look back after that. It was like, okay, Lord F.D.S basically let me know I belonged. I mean, it's different when you with producers who put out music, granted, and man, kid, trust me, you belong in the game. But now you got this rapper, you got, and they wasn't even really called rappers back then. You got this MC who's like, yo, you nice. And I knew after that, because I'm on his album. It's like, I know now, I mean, screw what I was writing, all the placements I was making. It was like, this one right here, this did it. And then Fat Joe was right after that, Walk On By, with Charlie Baltimore. That was right after that. It was like, oh man, no way. And the next thing I know, I meet with Dame. It's like,
how did you meet with Dame?
Through Darren. I don't think it was Uptown the first time I met him. Maybe it was Uptown. Maybe it was the Bronx. Maybe it was. Yeah, it might have been. And he, he's like, we got this label, Roc-A-Fella. And he was telling me about the artist, Jay-Z. Again, I'm from South Carolina. Like, all we getting is Biggie Smalls and, whatnot down there. But I saw the video, the Can't Knock the Hustle video on BET. That was running. So
right.
I knew who he was. I didn't know who he was in New York, but I knew who he was from TV. So by the time I got with them, it's like Jay had created quite a buzz. He was, the Malik Sealy party that they had at, oh God, I can't remember where that was now. I want to say it was a Palladium. I ain't sure.
Could be.
Could be, but that was my first celebrity party. That was crazy. It was just one thing after the next, and everything just started going so fast that it was hard to keep up.
Right.
So, sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So he tells you about Roc-A-Fella.
He's like, we're a young label, we doing our thing, you know what I mean? I heard what you're doing with Darren and Top 10, and I might be hollering at you. And that was how that went.
Where's the group, though?
Oh, man. Well, when I went back home to help Mom, it was the two things that was actually in play. We was actually, we were doing the work with Top 10, but then it was that 2-year situation. They were at the end of that situation. I left slightly earlier than that situation's ending because Mom couldn't wait. So, I had to be on my way. But they stayed to the end of that 2 years, and then they migrated, you know, to another situation by the time I came back north. And when I got to the Bronx, it was either like I was going to migrate to wherever they were, but I wanted to be where I was because I was learning there. I was learning. It was like, you know, I wanted to get back to everything that I was doing before I had to leave. Mm-hmm. And that was the place. You know, that was the top 10 was that place for me. You know, I wasn't really sure about where it was that they went. I wasn't sure about the people that they was affiliated with, as far as, you know, taking them where they wanted to go as a group. I'm like, you know, we could have stayed where we are and do that. You know, I mean, it's a long story and it gets a little boring, bro. But at the end of the day, when I came back up, I decided to stay with Top 10, and that's when everything just
when y'all broke up, was it hard for you to do? Like, was they upset and stuff like that? Was it like that situation?
It was. I think that was harder for me than it was for them. I think that I was the one that was carrying the burden of feeling like I let them down, you know, because what I had to do, you know, at that time was what I had to do. It wasn't what I wanted to do. It was what I know that I needed to do, because this is what I'm used to doing when my mom needs my help.
Right.
Being there, period. Like,
of course. You
know, so, you know, she didn't need me to make millions of dollars at that time. She just needed me to help her get through the week. Yeah. You know, so that's what it was. That's what it was. And being that I hadn't seen, you know, peek through the curtains at that point in my career, if you want to say that. If I, you know, being that I hadn't done that yet, you know, it made it all the more easy for the scale to outweigh on her side. Like, it wasn't like I seen what, you know, I saw when I came back. Right. You know, and deals on the table and things like that. It might have swayed my decision. But at the time, we were just growing as a group, you know, and recording ours and putting ourselves in position to get.
Still early in the game.
Yeah, still early.
Now, when you got things moving and shaking out there, like, did any of the members feel away once you got, like, a deal and stuff like that, and they seen you, like, making your moves? Did you see any kind of...
Yeah. They did. Yeah. They did. And we got over it. Thank goodness we got over it.
That's good.
We got over those because life went on. You know, they grew up just like I grew up. And in some cases, you know, they weren't even feeling the way I thought they felt. You know, because like I said, you know, at the time they were making decisions, they felt one way. You grow up, you see things through the eyes of a man, and you look back and you go, you know, I didn't have to even do it that way. If I was smart, we should have all just stayed there. Right. You know, it was like that. It was like it wasn't like, you know, we mad at you for not coming. It's like, hell, we should have never left.
So
type deal.
So Dame tells you about it's okay. All right. Dame tells you about Roc-A-Fella.
Yeah.
He said, "You want some water, bro? Do you have some?"
So he talks about Roc-A-Fella. The next time we get together.
So he tell you
it's over dinner. It's over dinner.
Holler at you.
Yeah. He's like, man, I'll be back to holler at you. You know. I'm gonna be back. You know, Darren told me what's up with you. You know, you working on your demo and you in the process of shopping. You know, if nothing else pop off, let me know. You know how he talks. And that was Dame. He was just straight up. You know, and again, after being on this path where, you know what, lies make me find truth. You know, Dame was a straight shooter. It was just no lying in him. You know, hype, yeah, I'm sure, but lying, nah. And when he got back, fellas, pardon me again.
It's okay.
When he got back that next time, it was to say, I can't promise you the world, but I can promise you whatever Roc-A-Fella has on the table, you could be a part of it. My man, that's how I signed. Stayed there for 7-8 years. That's how I got out my contract. No paperwork. Never with Dame.
Really?
None. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow.
Yeah. so sorry for this.
Nah, it's all good.
Yeah, never. Dame didn't have me wound up in nothing. No. And a few of us, it was like that. Yeah.
So how's that work though? How's that work?
Well,
how's that work? Because if you get a deal or something, you know, I guess you know you get the advance and you get this and you know whatever. So if there's no paperwork, how does that work for you as far as the business?
See, my deal was with Top 10. It was with my production company. You know, it was like because I got signed on my own demo. They didn't have to put money into me recording or anything like that. You know, Love for Free was ready when Jay got it. It was ready. You know, along with 9 other songs. Ready. You know? In that regard, we wasn't playing. It was like, we're not going to give y'all no reason to say nothing but yes.
So how did you get paid from Dame?
I ain't worried about getting paid from Dame. It was like songwriting. Like, as long as I was writing and got my credit for writing, you know, I wasn't worried about how I would get paid, you know, between what I was making with my shows and what I was making on placements. Nah, bro. I wasn't even looking at him, you know, for that. It was like we were all trying to set up and have our own thing, you know, and that's what, in a way, that's what he was setting us up to be, like our own little young CEOs. And he was teaching us how you don't have to take the same avenue. There's just so many ways that you can go about your success now. So we didn't have the same game plan as far as how we get there. We just knew individually what we were good at and how we could make that pop for ourselves. Because that was their whole thing. That was always his whole thing. Us owning us, having our own thing. Like, he was always on us about, you know, having T's, you know, crossed and I's dotted. Little stuff like that, I remember. Throughout all the yelling and everything else, I remember that, you know, he cared. He absolutely gave a shit. Absolutely.
What was the craziest thing you witnessed while being on Roc-A-Fella?
Craziest. Craziest. I don't think I witnessed a lot of the crazy. See, I'm R&B. You gotta remember that. Like, Roc-A-Fella is street. You know, by all standards. Like, so you weren't privy to a lot of what was going on. You know, you weren't privy to a lot of other guys that they rubbed shoulders with. You just weren't a part of that. Not that side. And I speak for the entire rock music when I say that. So, you know, sorry out there if you got a problem with it, come see me. But that's what it was. we weren't part of that. We weren't.
When I mean, so you ain't see nobody going crazy. You don't remember any time you seen Dame flip out. You don't remember none of that.
When I saw Dame, I mean, if while you're breaking is warranted, are you really flipping out? Like, my definition of flipping out is you act in a way that, you know what I mean, is just not warranted. Your behavior ain't warranted. Like, that's flipping out to me. Like, a guy's just pissed off, you know, because these multi-million-dollar situations are being mishandled. How would you react? That's the question. It's like, you gonna smile? I'm pretty sure the QueenzFlip I know ain't gonna smile. So he's not smiling, you know.
Smiling.
Yeah, nah, you're not smiling. You're not smiling. And like I said, when you think back, okay, fine, verbally overzealous, I get that. But you talking about a man that was hell bent on owning, hell bent on keeping, hell bent on maintaining. Like, he was hell bent on things you want to be hell bent on. You know? It wasn't like he was, you know, taking a roller coaster head first to hell. It was just, you know, calm down a little bit sometimes. That's
Did you have a relationship with anybody up there?
Well, see, I signed on the strength of Dame, so, you know, we had that relationship with him. Talking to him was, you know, easy. It wasn't somebody that was hard to get to.
What about Jay?
Jay wasn't hard to get to either, but like I said, Dame signed me. You know, once I was inside the doors on the strength of Dame, I equivalate everything that happened to me on the strength of Dame. So when things went sideways, loyalty reigned supreme with certain dudes. I'm one of them. You know, that's the ship I came in on. If it sank, so be it. I'm on it.
Did you have a rapport with Jay? Did you really talk to Jay? Did you talk to anybody in Roc-A-Fella? Because you're making it seem like you're just in the corner minding your business.
Most of the time, I was. They were young too. They were young CEOs and fresh off the block. You know what I mean? Like when you're a thinking man like myself and you play chess on the level that I do, you take all these things in consideration. I had made my choice. It's like being 14 years old and deciding you're going to run with these knuckleheads, knowing what they up to. You know? Once the trouble hit, it's too late to say anything, really.
Have you ever been around for the trouble hitting? That's what I'm asking you. Have you ever been involved in anything? Have you ever, or it was just like you said that you just mind your business?
It wasn't that I mind my business, bro. It really wasn't that I mind my business. It was just that the majority of the business was centered around hip hop. You know, it's easy to mind your business when, you know, outside of what you do and the things that you are part of, there's not really any business. It's not hard to mind your business. But like I said, with me and my team, it was always about making our own personal moves. Anyway, outside of what was going on inside the label, you know, it was like, okay, we're gonna utilize this how we can to help benefit our efforts in other areas of our lives that, you know, that have nothing to do with in here, if you want to put it that way. But that was the type of thing Dame encouraged. This is what I keep stressing. He encouraged that.
Shout out to Dame.
Yeah, he encouraged that. Like, use this to become whatever it is you want to do. Utilize me. He used to say that all the time. Utilize this thing we have. You know what I mean? Make what we have going on, make what we got here work for you. That was his whole thing. Now he get upset when he saw that you weren't doing that. You know, he get upset. But other than that, you really didn't hear him, man. Like, now some of that blacking out, like I said, that had to do with, you know, either the guys he was trying to make money with, guys who had probably cut them some sort of check, or guys that, you know, owed him, I guess. Like that's when you hear the flipping, and you hear, you know, when guys that he knew was intelligent and knew that he was intelligent was trying to play him slick. Then you hear that. But again, like, how's that not warranted? So that was it's like I never saw no craziness that wasn't, even when Beans got pissed off over something, most of the time it was warranted. It was warranted. Like, somebody violated. Now Bully's going to get on this Debo shit. You already know what time it is.
You saw Beans get pissed off before?
Oh, yeah. That you're going to see, because, you know, different things rub him wrong from what rubbed Dame wrong. Like, that's a gangster, man. Money's out the window when he's pissed off. Like,
who you got pissed off? Why you don't tell the story, man? You just...
It's because it's not
something to tell.
It ain't really nothing to tell. It's not a name thing. It's just situations, and a lot of times the people are nameless, but they just do something that they ain't got no business. And he's, come on, really, Scrap, and that's just not gonna happen. He'll drop the mic if something happens that he don't like. He'll drop the mic and run clean off stage at you. So it don't matter who it is. Again, that's why I was like to say, it's like this, you know. Shout out to C. That's not a hustler. That's a gangster, man. The money don't matter when the heat is on. It don't matter to guys like that. Like, it's just a target. That's probably wishing it wasn't no target in that instance, because that's how far he goes with his. Y'all know guys like that. We all know guys like that. He's a guy like that. So yeah, you saw that quite frequently with him. You know what I mean? But not with anybody we know. Not really with anybody we know. Like, we were tight like that, y'all. We did everything. Like, we sparred together. We put on gloves and literally sparred each other. Like, like, we did everything to make sure the nucleus was strong and couldn't be penetrated by nobody on the outside. Like, if I heard anything from the outside, I heard it from the inside first. Straight up. Like, straight up. Hey, you need to check that. I'm just saying, that ain't no good look. Like, we did that to each other on a consistent basis because we didn't want nobody else doing it.
Who did you bond with the most?
Like, we could do it, and you could hear us doing it, but you couldn't do it, because then all of us going to be like, hey, you watch your mouth. Like,
of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what you said, G?
Now, who'd you bond with the most? If I was a team, like who'd you connect with the most?
Before they closed their doors, Sieg.
See,
Definitely Beans.
you and him had a great relationship.
Yeah. Me and Beans, we had that bond. Beans was listening to R&B when he wasn't doing his hip hop, and I'd be listening to gangster rap when I wasn't doing my R&B. You know, it was like, you know, in a lot of ways, I grew up on it. You know, I came up here 17, 18. You know, became a man in this concrete jungle, not in the South. Like I grew up in the South, but my view of the world came from New York City. My view of life, my view of many things came from New York City, like alone.
How did you get on the record with the Young Guns? How did that come about?
Sieg, Dame. You know, I would always get first dibs on anything on the inside, like far as what had to be sung on, and especially with State Prop. Like C he always made sure. Now after the doors closed, you know, me and Jim.
Cabo?
Yeah, that's my dude, man. I know that there's people that feel what they do, but that's my dude. Like me and Jim to me, misunderstood. You know what I mean? He's got that. He's definitely got that Harlem drive. You know, he's authentic Harlem when it comes to his drive and the things that he wants to do. And I think he just has this how can I put it? He has this love for real music, for good music, and a lot of times real music and good music is soulful music, and that's my lane. So we got probably 9 or 10 joints together. You know, me and C probably got a good 6 or 7 together. Me and Jim,
Unreleased?
Released, like came out. Like, a lot of people don't know I'm on stuff because everything ain't featuring Rell. Like, you just see G Gaddis at the bottom for the writing, cause you know what I mean. Even now, it's like, you know, with a couple cats out there. I'm gonna get loud on this part. There's a couple cats out there who you know don't understand the business. I'll say that, because if you understood the business, you know, it'd be such an insult to make the statement that Rell ain't had music out in a while, and you know this right here could help you shine. I'm like, bro, I'm Grammy nominated. You're not paying me to be an artist. You paying me for what I write. Take it or leave it. Like, you're not paying me for what I perform. I don't even know where this is going. That's not why we here on my behalf. Why we here on my behalf is because of that ink. You know, Grammy nominated. Usher Raymond, here I stand. Shout out to Usher. Wrote for Music Soul Child. You know what I mean? Wrote for a host of dude. Like, shout out. Yeah. So, that's why I was like, you know, I went back to songwriting. That's my bread and butter. You know, regardless what the artistry is doing, I can jump in and out of that whenever I want. You know, that ain't my focus. It never had to be. You know, it never had, especially to pay bills. Jesus, nah.
Which one you like better though? You prefer the song, right?
I prefer whatever brings money.
Okay, so the money is the motivation.
Money's definitely the motivation. You know, and I know the money will come if the people happy.
Right.
If they happy, the money will be there. So,
how did you get on the record with Stack?
Jim, Bird Gang Studios. Straight up, Stacks. I miss him still, cause he was our pun. I gotta say it that way. He was the big pun of Bird Gang. Yep. Like, he was gonna be that fire, cause he had it, man. I mean, he just had it. It was just, like, MCing was an innate gift for him, and he knew it. You know what I mean? Like, he knew it. Right. You know what I mean? He wasn't shooting from the hip. Like, Stax was aiming every time. You know what I mean? Like he was aiming, like there were targets every time. He wasn't just in there, you know, nah. Like you could tell, like, man, he's nice. He is nice.
When was the first time you met Stack? If you recall.
When it wasn't Why Would She Stay? It wasn't Cut the Chase. It was something that we was all doing. It was some Bird Gang shit, man. So I know when it was. Max B was still home, and Jim had that joint that me and him was on, and it make me wanna holler. The way they do my life, right around that time. Ghost of Rich Porter, right around that time. That's when I met Stax. Yeah, that's when I met Stax.
Y'all know that record, you know, kind of interfered with Tony Yayo stuff.
No, Tony was out there, right? Like that one was already out there, I thought.
Nah, 50 said that Stack Bundles messed it up.
Oh, nah. I thought we was mixtape and he was radio. That was my understanding of it. Like, I thought Tony's joint was on radio because I was only, you know, that was something. I know that was something that Stax did for. Well, hell, I mean, was it the what was the problem? I don't get it. Was that hot? Like what?
I mean, he just said that, you know, it kind of messed up. I forgot what he said verbatim, but I remember watching it on. I forgot. I remember watching it listening to it on the radio. You know what I mean? He said that, you know, Stack Bundles kind of messed up the thing with Tony Yayo, that record.
Well, yeah, definitely. You know, I had no idea. You know, I didn't know. Like I said, you know, I'm the R&B guy. They don't really, you know, I'm not really in that circle.
Let me see if I can hear it.
I wish.
See. Hold on.
Wow. That's crazy.
Hold on.
Like it was do something like it's an easy radio record. They have an R&B singer, the traditional format that just works. And once you go in that direction, you know, change my direction to Stack. Yeah, that's what you Stack follows. Yeah, same beat. He used the same beat. No disrespect. Nah, no. Stack was different record, but he used it, and because it was out there, I was like, yo, let's do something else.
Shout out to Clue, man. Desert Storm Radio.
Wow. Yo, man. I'm a G Unit fan. I had no idea. I had no idea. You know.
It was out. That record was making a lot of noise. I don't know how you didn't realize it.
Like, I was just under a different understanding. Like, I thought that Stack's version was definitely, you know, for the streets. And I thought that, you know, Tony's version was, you know.
But you think so? Tony's version was I Don't Love, right? Wouldn't that be more
right? But
street?
that was on his album. See, that wasn't on Stack's album.
Yeah,
right?
but wouldn't that be more street than the verse than what y'all put together?
I mean, but it's on an album. Like, it's on a project that's turned in, you know what I mean? As opposed to ones just being on the instrumental.
Got you.
That's so, like, I didn't think that Stack's version was gonna be viewed, you know, in the same way that Tony's was, because, you know, budget and everything was already put behind that.
Were you around when the doors closed at Roc-A-Fella when they split? Were you around them, or you already went your own way?
You know, nah, I can't say that. It was like everybody got that word around the same time, so I hadn't gone anywhere yet. We were Roc-A-Fella. You know what I mean? I hope I ain't offending nobody by saying that, and if I am, The hell with you. We were Roc-A-Fella.
Talk about it.
So, like, we all found out around the same time. We were all in shock around the same time. We were all like, wow, around the same time. Some of us were verbal about how we felt and others weren't. You know what I mean? That was just what it is. But we were all looking at each other like, really? Really? Wow. Say it ain't so. Wow.
How did you
Okay.
find out?
Probably through my management. If I wasn't in the office at the time, I got the call from one of them saying like, yo, man, these dudes just split. It's all over. What you mean it's all over? It's all over. I was like, these dudes and their egos, man. Always, man. Always. Like,
But you end up rocking with Dame.
I had always rocked with Dame. It wasn't like I chose to at the end. It was like, no, that's how I got in with this situation. If this is how it's going, that's how I'm going out. You know what I mean? I wanted to see if things could continue on, but it just didn't feel right. For me, it didn't feel right. It was like having to choose between one parent or the other. It's like, nah, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. I mean, neither one of you are my parents to begin with. And so, you know, this dude right here is who I came in with. This dude right here is who I left with.
So Jay didn't try to reach out at any point during that split to try to...
Nah.
No?
No. I wasn't expecting that, you know, honestly. Nah. And I don't say that with any malice. You know what I mean? Like I said, I came in with who I came in with, and they different guys. They different guys at the end of the day.
I mean, so when did you go? I'm just trying to figure out, like, when did you Roc-A-Fella was composed of so many different acts, so many different people. And when did you get a call to come to the studio? Like, was it your management team? Was it a direct line to you? Like, yo, we need you here? Or you just always in the studio, always in the office?
I have to say both. I was always in the office because, again, you know, and especially when it came to, you know, particular things in R&B, we had to be sure that we was on top of what we needed to do. We didn't leave a lot of that up to anybody else. And then at the same time, I wasn't always in the office, but I was definitely in the studio because it's just funny how it works. Like, the office can lead to the studio, but then the studio can also lead to the office.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Makes sense.
So you played you played it both ways. You did. You know, you were in there, but you were also in there. You know, I was in baseline heavy. Shout out to Juan and Desi. I was in quad when they locked it out. You know what I mean? Like shout out to whoever was involved with all of that, but all the artists were there, you know, and that was probably one of the best times of my life when we had that lockout in there. But
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You on records with Dr. Dre,
Yes, sir.
Mary J. Blige.
By way of Lord Finesse.
Yeah. You
Yes,
on
sir.
a lot of these records.
Yes, sir.
But you would say your favorite time. When was your favorite time?
Did I have a favorite time? The whole thing was a wave for me. I'm from a small town. You know, it's 900 people in my town.
Oh, wow.
Like, look at where we at. I'm still riding that wave if you ask me. You know, maybe I feel differently if I had grown up right outside of the Monopoly doors. But no, I'm from the sticks, man. All of this is past the point where I changed my stars. Like, all of this is still great for me.
Do you remember Emil?
Definitely.
You remember being around her?
Yeah.
What type of girl was she?
A lady. Subtle, but sassy. Definitely had an attitude. Definitely, like, not a bad attitude, but just, you know, she had that attitude that a girl on a mission and not trying to take any shorts is gonna have. She had that attitude.
Move this way.
You know, I can't say anything about her business savvy. You know, all of our interactions were based primarily on studio.
Respect.
You know, and in the studio, yeah.
Do you remember her when the departure? Do you remember seeing her not come back?
I only remember hearing about it. I don't remember seeing her not come back. I don't, you know, there was no instance where, you know, she stormed out slamming doors or you know, F all of you. It was you know, it was none of that. We just kind of, wait, the meals, huh? Wow.
You've been with Roc-A-Fella for about 8 years.
From Love for Free to, which was 98, yeah, to like 05, 04, 05.
And it's strange that for those 8 years that you've been there with such a dynamic group that, you know, being as quiet as you can be and as observant as you can be, that you didn't witness anything. It's very strange. You know, I mean, we respect, you know, I just find it strange.
I mean, I got to be honest with you on that, okay?
I
you know,
appreciate
I
it.
have a theory, so I have to be honest with you on that. And it's only because of, you know, things that I saw that happen later with, you know, other acts, you know. You can't be on a street label and change the face of that to R&B. It won't be street anymore, would it? It'd be something else to people, right? Sorta. You know? So I think that it's safe to say that, you know, they had to keep it that way, or at least they felt like they had to keep it that way, you know, for the sake of the image that was created, you know, initially for it. And
You just not gonna talk about it.
I mean, I'm talking about it. I'm just saying, you know, as mildly as I can put it, you know, if I had blown, maybe other people wouldn't have. And you know, see, things that don't matter when you're signed to a major, they matter when you're signed to an independent. You know, depending on how it's structured, they matter then.
Was something
It's like,
was something preventing you from blowing? Pause.
I don't play that game no more either, by the way.
I know.
But
I just say it for myself.
I understand. You know, but I know exactly where you're coming from. So it ain't. It's not that serious no more. I got off the subject. I can't remember what you said
See,
before.
the pause distracted you?
Yeah.
Can't let pause distract you, man.
I mean, I
It's a
had
word that
to.
we say.
It took up a lot of our time back then. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Facts.
It took up a lot of our time.
You was
Too
around
much in
when they
certain
saying
instances.
it. You was around when
Too
they
much
saying
in
it.
some instances. It took up too much time.
So, I asked you that. I forgot now too.
You said what prevented
I'm
him
wearing
from
him down.
blowing.
Yeah. what prevented you from going to the next level?
Me.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you prevent yourself from going to the next level?
I think by not taking certain initiatives, like even if that meant stepping away. Yeah. You know, I don't blame them for keeping me there. Nobody keeps you in the casino. Nobody keeps you in the casino. You either smart enough to know to smash and grab and get out, or you stay long enough for them to make money back. That's
Nah, G-Jail.
come on.
That was really good.
That was really
You cool, man. You cool, man. I It was so cool. I couldn't even like throw it out crazy.
Yeah.
It was just like he cool. That
Nobody
was
forces
cool.
you to stay in the casino, man.
That's a real line.
That's
bro.
real. Come on. That's why I'm saying it's like I could talk about it, but it's like so many people would swear that I'm taking it personal when it's like y'all have no idea. Like I don't take any of this personal. Like you know what I mean? The whole thing was a learning lesson for me. 2, I'm still in it. I'm like a cat with 109 lives instead of 9.
But
So I'm not, you know what I mean? Like my testament to is that like you're never getting rid of me because I'm too innovative. Like there'll always be someone who needs, you know, what I can help them do.
yeah, but I think that's the more the mature way to answer it. But with the
I mean,
the
it
retro-
is.
the
it is.
retrospect.
We, you know,
yeah. I mean, I have to get at you because
It's-
now
it's
I
all
see-
retrospect.
I see that you are trying to be all, you know, man. Stop it, man. So you try to say that at the time you felt that you held yourself back as well. No, you didn't feel that way.
no,
Because
I look back and I realized I
because I
held
just
myself
saw
back.
an
At the
article
time, I felt that
saying that
you
you
know,
had to renegotiate. You know, you met with agreements. You know,
well,
for a canceled debut.
at the time,
01. Just
at the time, no,
exactly.
no, they needed to remain who they were, and they didn't need anything offsetting that because they needed to hold that, you know, that torch, so to speak, strong, because how can I put it? I ain't from here, so I gotta be careful. I am a Roman by assimilation. You know, actually I'm a Hun. I'm a Tiller. You know, I'm not a Roman, but I'm in Rome. So, you know, and I gotta walk these streets. And I do have respect in these streets. So, you know, I don't want to piss off these streets, if you will. You know what I mean? That I don't want to do. You know what I mean? Like,
I can respect that.
yeah, like I'm from South Carolina. New York City gave me a torch. You know what I mean? Like in '98, and from '98 on, by way of hip hop, you know, this has been home.
Respect.
And I've done my very best to rep home and remain scandal free, you know, scandal proof, like you say, like things that can kill your career. You know, I've managed to wiggle these things, you know.
I think the way you wiggled it, though, in my opinion, by speaking to you, is that you came up with terms because you use, you know, one thing about talking to people is that you got to listen to what they say. And
Definitely.
understand. So you use a term a lot. They were a street label. Do you remember saying that earlier?
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that initially that wasn't how you felt. They were a street label. I think when you was in it, it wasn't considered a street label. I think that when things probably didn't go the way that we all imagined, you came to grips because you're like a man that's in your mind and you think and you
Definitely.
thought. And I feel that saying it's a street label sort of, what's the word? Sort of make amends for any mishaps that may have happened, if you understand what I'm saying, because this is the direction that it was going, or this is that, you know, if you understand what I mean.
Right.
Pretty sure that if Dame was sitting here, he'll be able to speak better on the situation because I really don't know. But I'm just talking about when you say street label, you're like, the street label flip.
Right.
What do you expect? Like that. That's how I took it.
Right.
Like, what do I expect because they're a street label?
What can you expect? I mean, I like my statement is based on what's on the table, and what's on the table is a lot of music. And now, if you hear lyrics other than the ones I hear from every artist that put out product there, then you know you can tell me something different. But
Rell, when you say, come on, you know what I'm saying, bro.
but you know what I'm saying.
Don't
It's
try
like,
to mind wrestle me.
No, I'm not.
'Cause you're good.
I'm telling you exactly why I made that statement. Is because for the most, that's what we were talking. That's what they were talking.
So
like,
what about from the business aspect? Was it still considered street from the business aspect of how things were being handled?
Well, now see, when you put it that way, it's different. You know what I mean? Like that's almost like a whole nother question. You smell me now with the business? No, I can't say it was street. I can't say anything about Roc-A-Fella was street, except how hard their street team went. That was, you know, as far as business, no, I can't. No. But as far as music, yes, and yes. I mean, who can argue that? Nobody.
Respect and respect.
Oh, I'm gonna answer your question. You know, like, but yeah, Nah, bro. Nah, as far as the music, definitely street. And that's what I'm saying. It's like when you have that track record, that of great music, don't get me wrong.
Great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great music. And then this swooning dude just comes out of nowhere and could possibly sell his own million or two or three. You know what I mean? Either we're puffy right now and we willing to take that on, or we not. Period.
You felt that you held yourself back?
I felt that.
Or you came to that realization when you put things in retrospect?
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. You know,
initially,
it was like if I knew y'all was gonna do this, I'd have been out of here. Plain English. Plain English. If I knew y'all was gonna do this, I'd have been out of here. I can speak for every artist on the label saying that, because it was just stupid to us how it went down. You know what I mean? Maybe not to them. They had their reasons, okay? But we your soldiers. Y'all stupid. That's how we look at you. Y'all stupid.
we had PD Crack up here, and he said that who went down there? Lenny S. broke the news to him.
Yeah.
He said that it hurt him when the news came. He said it hurt him, and he was angry. He felt like alone because they preached at Roc-A-Fella family. We're a family. We are,
like I said,
together.
We your soldiers.
Yeah,
y'all stupid.
he felt the way too by he felt like they could have told him personally instead of sending Lenny S down to Philly. I think is what you said, right?
And one thing that he elaborated on, G, was that we were a family. You guys, he said Dame would say, "Yo, y'all want the key to my house?
Right.
Here, my house is your house," like stuff like that. He'll put it in that perspective, and he said that really, when they split, it was just like.
It was like, wow. Like I said, it was like, wow. It was like, whoa, really? And again, like, as far as I know, all the artists felt that way. They all felt that way. They all felt that way. Even me. I felt that way. You know, we all felt that way. It was like unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, okay, all right. And so, yeah, I probably didn't speak to any of them for a few weeks. Like, I wasn't around for a little while. I might have went back the next day after finding out, and then after that, I was just, it's like, what y'all doing? Why are you doing it? Oh, y'all got ulterior motives that supersede anything that has to do with us at this point. So,
but real quick,
it is what it is.
And I'm gonna move on, because we about to, wrap it up in 2 seconds. But your album, you said your album was shelved.
Yeah.
And that had to bother you. And I kind of respect how you are. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is just something I do. So,
No. I'm glad we here.
And the thing is that it had.
I'm glad we here now.
The way you talking, I kind of respect it. It's like, oh, it's nothing, yeah. But your album was shelved, and you put a lot of work. You came a long way, and you dedicated a lot of time to it. So yeah, I am fishing for. You could say you're fishing. I am, because I can't believe it. Somebody who's talented and. Me listening and reading the accolades, you're just like, oh, it's okay. And I get it. You're out here. You're not trying to, that's not your thing. I'm not a controversial guy. I'm not going to be up here talking bad about anybody. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, no. I won't initiate that. You start anything with me, I'm going to finish it with you. Oh. Like, know that. Like, that's, yeah.
Don't do that. Let's go.
You start anything with me, I'm going to finish it with you. That's known too. So it ain't.
But I'm saying that you so kind of, and I'm reading like while you talking, and I saw it earlier, and I'm waiting for you to say how you feel, because a lot of artists that I met and came across in my life, don't like when they mixtape get shelved. Better get an album. Your album was shelved. Yes, and it was supposed to come back out. You worked out an agreement, and then it was shelved. It ended up being shelved. That's what I'm saying. How did that
make you feel?
Crazy. Crazy. You got your own fan base. They waiting. Crazy. For that reason above all others. Crazy. I felt crazy because they deserved it. They deserved it. I had that project. It was the remedy. I'm sorry, fellas, all my peers. I love you. But that album was shitting on everything y'all put out. We know this. There was a buzz in the game. We know about it. And a lot of people know my story, so that's my comfort. It's like I don't have to explain it. You know, almost everybody that was affiliated with us or knows about me knows what happened, why it happened, how it didn't happen. Like, everybody knows. So,
But we don't know, right?
you know.
I don't.
You want me to say.
I feel like no, but
you know.
Hold on. Let me,
You know.
Hold on, give me a second. Let me go in my corner.
You all right?
You know.
I'm gonna get
But like,
Take your
Let me get
time.
my thoughts together.
you
Take
know
your
why
time,
I
take your
can't
time, brother.
say?
Take your time.
Because I can't say confidently because
Let me get my thoughts together.
I wasn't in those meetings. I wish I had been in those meetings so I could say these things confidently right now, but
And I respect that.
I wasn't there to hear
Rell?
what was said to whoever about whoever. I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
So why do you think the album was shelved?
But let me say this.
No,
real quick.
we know why.
Go on,
I mean,
go on,
Oh, okay.
that
Yes.
that had nothing to do with me.
Can I tell
That's
you that?
and I firmly believe that it had nothing to do with me personally. It had to do with somebody else thinking like, yo, man, if this pops off, you know, I'm gonna have my hands full instead of thinking, yo, if this pops off, we bad boy. Like, we solidified another genre. Like, we've done something that, you know what I mean, nobody thought we was gonna do. Like, that wasn't the angle at all. Like, for me, I always felt because, you know, and not because of anything I felt personally. I really think it was because, you know, other people had chips on their shoulder about their chances.
Hold up.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't really about me. No. All I can tell you about me, bro, is this. All I can tell you about is this. Like, all I can do is tell you about Rell.
And
I
I
told
like
you about
you,
my
Rell.
humble beginnings.
Rell,
Like,
no, Rell,
no,
hold on.
but listen. I'm gonna fill in some blanks and I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna fill in some blanks and I'm gonna leave them alone. Okay? No.
She ready to tell.
Let me say this.
No,
Rell.
don't get the she-wolf started, please.
Oh.
I can tell no, because she sort of like the. I'm gonna be honest, like when you speak and she sort of like the battery. That's what. Yeah. All right, come on, man. And that's why I'm looking that direction. Like, as soon as she make a face, I'm gonna get you. I gotta get you, and I'm gonna tell you why. For a man who had humble beginnings like yourself, and she pardon me for the interruptions earlier because I wasn't trying to. You know what I mean? I was moving around, but you had humble beginnings. When I mean humble, like you was in the church, you came from nothing to something. You took a journey. You came all the way to New York. You met up with a group of 5 people. I guess it was 6 of y'all, or 5 of y'all. You know, you came to New Jersey, and then you came to Bronx, and you went through stuff. And you got with a label, and you mean to tell me that the loyalty, the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in, and earlier you try to paraphrase it, but in all reality, when I get you to talking more, now it comes down to the fact that you felt that someone didn't want to see the R&B side pop off because they for whatever reason, because I don't understand that terminology, and you being a man that's smart, I would like you to break that down.
But see,
they didn't want to see
I
the
wish
R&B
I
side
could
pop
because
off.
I don't know. Like, this is the thing. Like, I keep talking about the doors, you know, and how those doors weren't open to everybody else. They was just a select few was inside those doors. So when those meetings happened, you understand, we weren't there to hear those conversations. None of the artists, for the most, was there to hear those conversations. So you don't know where you stand, you know, in all actuality. You don't. You just don't know. So how can I say to you with confidence that this is what happened or that is what happened when I don't know what they did? You know what I mean? Like, I can tell you everything about what I did, but hell, they probably wouldn't even tell you what they did if they was sitting here. You know what I mean? And that's the reality of it. So that's why I have that lack of confidence. It's not because I don't want to speak on it. It's because
I just don't know.
I just don't know certain things.
Respect.
You know what I mean? And then, so if you hear more than I was able to say or something to offset something I said tonight, you know, it's because, it would be because of that reason. It would be because I didn't know, and they'd double back and say, well, he don't know what the hell he talking about because he wasn't there. Well, boo, fucking who? Guess what? I told him that prior to you saying it. You know what I mean? Why don't you tell him now since you know? How about that? Try that for once. You know what I mean?
Now he turning up. Now look at
Nah,
that.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like you're being specific. So I'm like, okay, I see what he is. I'm like, I'm prepared. You know, I'm prepared. We can discuss things. But it's just I can't say what I don't know about, and that's what you know. It's like I can't have a full conversation on it. I would love to, because these are the things that I wonder myself. Looking back, sometimes like I wonder what the was said right there. I wonder what it was. You know, I wonder what it was between these three that had nothing to do with us. Where was the breakdown really? Because we don't know. We still don't know.
Who was the three?
The bosses.
Dame, Jay, and who was the third?
And Biggs.
And Biggs. Because it says here that you met agreeable terms with Jay-Z regarding the canceled debut. So when was your album supposed to come out of 01? Did you have a release date and everything?
More than I can remember now. So it's like I can't tell you which release date was the actual release date anymore.
But did you have release dates that they told you, yo, Rell, your album was coming out?
Yeah, had those.
And what single you had at the time that was moving that you know, or you know, what single that you had?
I mean, Love for Free with Jay. 98. Streets is Watching. First single off the album, if I remember right. You know, it was.
That was a big record. Yeah, G, you just talk about that.
Yeah. You know, I mean, and let's, you know, just imagine that for a second. You know, you with Roc-A-Fella. You know, you know what it is here. So to have the first single on Streets is Watching, why wouldn't I think? You know, why wouldn't I think that this is, you know, a good place? Why wouldn't I think that? It's like, damn, we here. We really here. Like, really did it. Like.
But they also said that you were moved from, you know, the Rock to Dame Music Group.
That was, again, something that came down. You know what I mean? It was like something that was discussed up top. So it was like at a checkpoint by the time we got it. Okay, fine. You know, whatever your reasons y'all decided up there or back there that y'all doing this, you know, all we're getting now is that you're doing this. Oh, okay, fine. Again, like the why, that
Can't answer that.
yo, my
I'm
goodness.
asking one hard question.
That why thing was, that's an elusive one. I mean, for anybody you bring in here, that's going to be elusive because from what I saw, nah.
Who you think didn't like you and which one of the bosses, Rell? Like stop.
Didn't
man.
like.
Who you felt that didn't
I don't like. I'm a likable guy. I don't think that I really don't think that it was that I wasn't liked. I think that honestly, you know, I think that honestly, you know, people didn't like themselves, I guess, very much. You know, I just people had a problem with. See the thing with me, bruh. All right, and we just you know we kicking it. You know, we kicking it. People like me, like, see, I had a lot of attention growing up. You understand? Like, I had a lot of attention growing up. You know, women found me fair. And, you know, by the time I got north and all, I was used, you know, it was really all about the music. Like, I wasn't pressed to get in this to impress women or anything like that, so to speak, or have them view me differently. That wasn't my baby, I'm trying.
Sum it up.
That wasn't me growing up. I was a swaggerlicious little kid growing up, and I knew what music was gonna bring, because you see, you know, church is the same platform. It's a platform, you know. It's a platform. So you see things. You're able to put things together in regards to, how people feel about you. When you done what you're doing, women have particular things to say to you. You know what I mean? And sometimes it don't matter that it's gospel. So I know about that. I know about that sort of thing, and it's okay. You know what I mean? And that's why I could relate. I could relate to Nas when, he spoke on that. It's just not that way for everybody. So your mentality and how you how it's not that way for everybody. That's all I can. And so
I think I see where you're going with this.
If it like if I didn't come up the way that I had, it'd be hard for me. It'd be harder for me to share light with those who didn't come up that way. It'd be harder for me to be. I could see where it's hard for a guy who didn't have a lot of attention to be in a room with a guy who does have a lot of attention.
What in the world are you talking about, blood?
I think he's saying.
I know he's saying.
Just talking. R&B brings certain things that hip hop don't. That's what I'm saying. R&B, it's no comparison between the two as far as how women are gonna feel about you, as far as how people that you touch are gonna feel about you,
Respect.
as far as how you carry yourself.
I think he answered the question.
Yeah, it's
What, Jay-Z?
No, he actually
just saying, like,
that's why I got it.
It's the difference in the genres. It's like R&B.
Nas said that in Ether. That's
they
what
different.
That's it.
Yeah.
In Ether, Nas said you were scared to smile. They called you ugly girl. That's what I'm
saying. So, but he answered the question as far. Answered the question. I think as far as.
Hold on, G.
Nah. See,
No, I'm just saying.
He said Jay. I just said R&B and hip hop. I didn't really.
I think he's trying to answer the question.
He's
correct.
Where did you get from that? As my brother.
I'm telling you.
Tell me, G. It's me. You respect the script, bro. Look. Light skin on, light something, whatever that say on your head. What did you get from that, bro? Because when he said Nas, that's the only thing I could think of.
I think he's answering the question as far as we're going back to the whole album being shelved and this and that.
You supposed to be holding the stop it, man.
About to give a mic in a minute.
Man, come on, man.
I think he answered the question as far as the album being shelved and things like that and how he got treated. So
he's just trying to answer it nicely.
He's trying to answer nicely. Yeah, basically, he got too much shine and people were scared to let him elevate even more.
I'm just being honest.
That's called being southern. That's southern.
You just
southern shade.
Oh.
We're not. You gotta understand. We're from the South. Everything isn't so in your face.
Respect.
We can gut punch you without you seeing it.
You know.
You gonna hear it and you gonna feel it.
Bumpy Johnson took over Harlem, and he didn't do it killing everybody off. You smell me? That's not how he did it.
Nah, what he does is he go around the corner and come back. He goes around the corner.
That's one black man. It's New York City. That's not how he did it, but he did it.
Let me hold on. And forgive me for my ignorance. I like things straight.
No.
Let me tell you what I heard. G. Go ahead, G. Put me on.
He's saying my swag is too crazy, and they not getting the same love I'm getting at the labels, at the shows, and I'm walking in the building, people looking at me, and they not looking at them the same way. And he's like, and they probably like, all right, we can't let him go past his level because he's already getting too much without even trying. Like he's already just. You know what I'm saying? That's why
it's just obvious.
And that's the same thing. Didn't what's name say that too? Did Petey say that?
Yeah.
I think Petey
he probably did because it was the same for him.
I thought he said the same thing.
And Young Chris and Neef.
I think Petey said the same thing, bro. I have to go watch it again, man. I think he said the same thing. Like, yo, when I'm walking around, people just kind of like, and it was like too much.
Let me tell you what I got.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
I got this. I got. Listen. You got to listen to the key point.
I'm listening.
But I'm straight with it.
Let's go.
He said. I said, who didn't like you?
Right. I remember that.
Because now, when you read the story,
out of the big three,
she said Kanye West. I just looked at the Kanye West lyrics, "Real Love," Fisher, and Kanye West, "Rell" and "Consequence." So I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. Thank you.
Oh my God.
So this is what he said. This is what I got from it.
Talk to me.
I said, who didn't like you out of the three? Remember, he stuck on Dame. him rocking with Dame. Dame
right.
brought him
He
in.
brought him in.
He didn't mention Jay.
Of course.
Right? He stuck on Dame. Right? Then I said, okay. Then you read the article where it says that his album was supposed to come out, The Remedy, right? It didn't come out. In 01, he made it supposed to come out, and it still got shelved. So then I asked him, I said, well, who shelved you? And he said something about...
No, I didn't. I actually didn't answer that.
You didn't answer that.
I didn't answer that, but
you brought me around to Coney Island on the rod.
Cyclone.
The cyclone. Now I'm trying to exit Coney Island, and now but I can exit it because you used something and said Nas, like what Nas said, and I remember what Nas said. Scared to see. That's the only line I can think about when you said what Nas would say to anybody on Roc-A-Fella.
I mean, I wish I would have came up with the Kanye thing first. Like, cause it was more so the Kanye thing than the Nas. I was just trying to make the statement that, when girls find you appealing, it's a whole lot easier to get things done. No, that's what he said on Real Love. He said I ain't even had to stay in class to figure out R&B niggas get all that. Like he said that on my joint Real Love. So. But Real Love was a joint that we turned in to be released and all. And I'm not sure again what happened there as far as like, because it was supposed to go to radio, Real Love was over the Electric Relaxation, Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, Tribe, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I did Real Love over that. And we were supposed to go to radio, and this was before the doors was closing. This is before they separated. So what happened with that, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. And it made it hard to believe otherwise, At the end of the day, it just made it hard.
Somebody not to like somebody though. I'm just making up my own rules now. So I'm making up my own. You didn't say this. You're not confirming or denying. But for somebody not to like somebody, it got to be a certain encounter. So it's just when people say, well, people can't understand how I just been swaggy like for something like
right.
Well,
yeah, G, hold on, you get at me, G. You get at me because you about to say, let's go. You can get at me, G. But what I'm trying to say, G, what I'm trying to say is that
no, I hear what you're saying.
Usually people know because he didn't describe any encounter of one day. Like I had this encounter. See, Petey said. There was a time that I saw this, or he said, I really don't want to talk about that. But he would paraphrase. You know what I'm saying? I thought Tata ain't mess with me, but this happened. Mm-hmm. He called me in because something I did. Like, he's just going straight to, this is what I think it is, instead of saying, I was in the hallway one day, or I was there, and somebody gave me their word, and then, they went in a meeting, and this person looked at me wrong. He didn't, he's not saying anything like that. He's just saying that.
Nothing that happened to me personally. You know what I mean?
So this is just all an assumption.
What?
On your behalf that people may have not liked you or may have not wanted to see an R&B dude, remember, excuse me.
I mean, like, again.
What's your name?
Again.
That's an R&B type record, right?
What?
Shout out to Rell and Jay.
Excuse me, miss. Yeah, definitely. That's straight R&B. There's nothing hip-hop about that.
Respect.
Sorry. Right? Some rappers got on a R&B track. Like, that's that.
Tell him turn up, sis. Tell him turn up, man.
That's it.
I'm about to get him.
Nah, man. If nothing's playing on that track, all you want to do is slide step with a female. If nothing's playing on that track, all you want to do is slide step with a female on that track. So,
but were you ever taken off a record like others were? Were you ever? Did something happen where you be like, I don't think this dude like me, or this person, whoever, like me too much? Did something happen that made you say, I don't think this person liked me too much, yo? I don't think this person wanted any type of shunning, any type of...
No, I mean, I just compared... I'll tell you this. I could do this. If I make a comparison between how many artists I showed up for on my label, and you can ask any of them. Ask any artist that was on Roc-A-Fella how many times Rell showed up for him. You know what I mean? There's no comparison between me and him. None. You know what I mean? And I said, those are my peers. You know what I mean? If I was CEO, if I was boss, I would have still showed up for them. I would have still showed up to that degree for them. And that's where we different.
Did you ever ask Jay-Z to get on the record for you and he didn't do it?
No. I never asked him to get on the record and he didn't do it. But I rarely asked him for anything. I didn't really ask Jay for anything.
What did you ask him for? The non-rarely part.
Well, you know, he was asked to get on Love for Free. And then it was when I was trying to work out a situation with Electra, and we did It's Obvious with Timberland, you know. We were in his camp working with Static, you know, R.I.P. Static, Missy, all of them, you know, Lil Mo. You know, we were putting a lot of work with that with them. And but yeah, that's it. Outside of that, nothing. No. Those two joints.
And
that's
he did it?
Yeah. That's it. Other than that, nothing. Damn. You quiet over there, man.
I'm reading something. I'm reading the lyrics of something to Real Love. Give me a second.
Okay.
Now I ain't in your class trying to figure out R&B to get all that.
You know, he was a college dropout, so that's why he wrote it all that way. Like, I ain't even had to stay in class. Figure out R&B niggas get all that.
What do you think, sis?
See, I live in Brooklyn, so I know. I'm the vault.
Respect.
I gotta protect him,
Respect. I respect that.
but you know.
Gotta at least.
I particularly feel being as though that growing up in those times, me personally, this is just me saying, pardon me, baby. I mean, he can't do nothing to me. But I feel I wouldn't lay with him before I lay with him. I don't care how much money you got. Some women are like that. Some women go for the money. It just depends on what type of woman it is. But in my era growing up, the niggas that sung, those the niggas you want. Like, period. Like,
It was the 90s.
yeah, think about the era we grew up in, like what R&B
It
was.
was the 90s.
And so excuse me, we're talking to her now.
everything.
You had your
It's
chance,
like-
right? Let me ask you a question.
Listen,
Uh-oh.
you leave her out of this. You understand me?
Where you going, man? Where you going?
Oh, hell.
Oh my
Let me
God.
ask you a question.
Oh, God.
Oh, hell.
No. I want to ask you a question.
Really?
And because you keeping it 100. Excuse me, Rell. Pardon me.
So I ain't keeping it 100?
You are, but you're very good. I get you, but she...
He's
like
a
she said-
Cancer. I'm a Scorpio.
Yes, exactly. Let me ask you just a couple of questions.
that mean?
I don't. You chill. So
He probably do more than you.
what I'm asking you is that
Oh,
why
my
would you think that his album, in your opinion, would be held back? In your opinion,
Let me go back to everything that's on that album, because I know that album. He was Rell gave it better than Avant. He gave it better than Carl to me. And you gotta understand something too. I'm from where he's from, so coming from those times in the town that we came from, we come from the trenches, straight up. Like, I didn't even know I was going to school with kids who was actually depending on the school system to eat. Like, most of the kids there were like that. So he came from very, very, very humble beginnings. And to hear him at that caliber, as far as where his music was, I became a fan. You know, I wasn't a fan before because I'm so much younger than him. And at the time, I was all into rap, I was into R&B, but at the same time, I think because it was from my hometown and because I was into music myself and I was heading off to the West Coast, I wasn't really focused on it. But once we met each other and he dug into crates and let me know, you know, like the different things that he was a part of, I'm like, what? Why the hell are you still here?
Hold on real quick.
Why?
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to not like me, bro.
What you about to do now, man?
Yo, Basco, turn this mic. Come sit over here, please.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. You have to not like me, bro. You have to you put
Really?
too much work. You put too much work in for me not to just. Sorry, G. I have to do this.
You.
Take a seat. Yeah, bro. Pardon me.
He being quiet about it.
Pardon me, man.
Well,
Like this nigga flip.
He like, oh
Fucking
man.
real.
Is the second mic on? Let me get you. Let me get a nice. Pardon me, Rell. Pardon me.
Testing.
Yeah.
He like, what the hell is going?
Well, I mean, we're working on some of this stuff now. So Rell's not done.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want him to get to.
well, I mean,
Rell,
Tell him about the remedy.
Nothing makes you uncomfortable, right?
not this. No. I mean, all this is a long time coming. You know, it's known. It just ain't spoken on. It's like legend. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, but what I'm saying that sometimes, like, you know, G Money would say, Basco, is the other mic on for me? Sometimes, like G would say, sometimes you need people. G would say, yo, Flip, I'm not a guy that does this type of thing, but you are a guy that does this type of thing.
Advocates.
Yeah,
That's what you
it's
call
our
them.
respect. You know, I'm kind of similar to how you know.
Advocates or
Because you with him,
Right.
because you
Yeah,
understand that.
I understand that. Yeah.
you can
Push.
call me
And-
his little activist. I
and-
came Black Panther ready.
Oh, G, you hyping. G, you hyping.
Let's go. It's hot. No, I understand him because I kind of feel like you know, I'm kind of the same kind of humble type of guy.
Yeah.
I put work in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my work should be respected, as he mentioned.
And I'm on the verge again, so it's like,
Yeah,
He's
and
so humble, and I so wish I was him. Like, you ever wish you could like just warp your attitude in someone's body? That's how I feel with him sometimes. Like, I feel like I could warp myself in your body, like, because if I had as many accolades as he had,
right.
so much under
yeah,
your
but
belt, I mean,
I'm forever playing that chess. I say this all the time. You know?
But let me ask her a question. Slow down. You had your chance. Now, I want you to break it down because you seem like you more straightforward. You my type of speed.
like,
Yeah, right? Look at
that's how we playing this now.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
knowing what you
I
know.
need them goods, so I'm gonna talk to you. That's what he's saying, baby.
But I know how to play
but-
it too now, you know.
But you know, he,
I got
you know, 'cause you're real good though. Let me tell you something. Like the way you speak, if I wasn't hip to it, I'd get lost. If I wasn't hip to what, if I wasn't in
But
it, like
he takes the time.
yeah, he takes it
brings
very
you around.
melodic,
Yeah,
very.
just, you know what I'm
It
saying?
can make you relax, and he try to use it. Oh, I know this might get boring, so that don't work. Yeah, we ain't gonna get bored. Tell us a story. He used that as a front. It might be boring, so let me just shorten it up. We ain't gonna get, but we want to hear it.
He must not know our shows are long shows, man. We be here all the
I
time.
didn't
We be here
know.
all night, man.
see.
So let me ask you a question, because you was over there talking, and I'm happy that you came to sit on camera. Why do you think his album, by being a vote and coming up with your own opinion, why do you think his album, The Remedy, did not come out?
I can't answer that now.
See?
I mean, I can't answer that. You got to think about how old I was in that time.
Okay.
But as a woman now, and seeing how the game is, and having my run-ins and seeing how things happen, I could see where he's coming from as far as with the whole bit of, you can kind of see where your success is going. You can kind of see what kind of brand you're going to be. See, we didn't have Instagram then. We didn't have Facebook. You know what I mean? The only thing we had was, documentary TV then, if you really think about it, or, you know, cameras, somebody catching something, candidly. You didn't have like let me take my phone out and record it. This is what happened. It's not like that in that era. So I see what you're trying to do, but it's not gonna work.
Thought you had a friend, right?
No. You gotta understand. This is a long time.
There was a plan. Me and several other artists weren't a part of it. Period.
Yeah, and I can see that.
That's it.
Wasn't Tierra Marie?
We were write-offs. We were write-offs. That's it. That's all. Mm-hmm. That's it.
And I can see where that could be true.
The only way I'll be proven wrong is if money hits my bank. Like
that's
the only way that. Unless that happens, that's what it
that's
is.
Behind it.
That's what
Let's
it is.
call it what it
like,
is. There's a sort of sense of greed behind it because you got to think about it.
Nope.
In those times, you had Chris and Neef. You had somebody, and if you really go back to it, because I'm a music connoisseur myself, it kind of sounded like Jay's rhythm, his cadence changed after Chris.
Okay, we're gonna get on up out of here now because it's getting a little late. Nobody laughing. I was trying to I was trying to be funny because he is like.
Why you can't let her talk, bro?
Finally.
Why you can't let her talk?
I'm letting her talk.
I understand.
No, but you didn't have you were quiet. You was just.
Because I'm interested. I'm interested in everything. I just want to actually let her talk and let her get it out.
But you always have something to say. He was like, I was shocked by your silence. Like, oh.
I guess I feed into directness. I guess that's
I feed into directness.
I mean, Jay's,
I always tell him like, baby, be direct. And
so his cadence in your
he's like that with me. You want to know what a conversation is like? A regular conversation is like.
I have to be.
I be like.
It's the only way to grow. You gotta.
So let me ask you a question.
Make sure there's understanding.
Do you think that certain individuals allowed people to come into their circumference just to keep them at a certain level and take little styles from them and use it for their own way to jump up?
Hell, you got to think about artists, period. Have you done it as an artist?
That's how
have you got inspired?
Everything.
Are you into music? I don't.
Of course.
If you're an artist, even if you're just drawing, you're inspired by something, right? You're inspired by something when you're drawing, taking pictures, making a beat. You're inspired by something. Even me as an artist, I'm inspired by other artists. I can't even lie.
What type of artist are you?
Raw sultry.
Singer? Is that a singer? Rap?
A little bit of everything.
Both.
What's raw sultry though? Erykah Badu-ish?
I don't know, honestly.
No.
It's more. I'm trying to think of a direct female who, I can't think of one.
But hold on.
Direct, but sultry at the same. It's like.
It's some out there. Let me think. But I can't really say I'm like one, because when people hear my stuff, they're like, oh my God, it's no one song is alike. That's my personality though.
But they all go together.
Somehow.
Yeah.
I see how you guys work. I can see why you're in a relationship,
You see how we work.
I'm still.
What does that
trying
mean?
to figure that out.
Split and frat.
I'm still
Yin
trying to
and
figure that out.
yang. Opposites attract.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Excited, melodic.
I
But
see it.
let me say this last
Oil
thing.
and water. Fire and ice.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, why would it's not coming to me.
Sense?
Why would somebody not like you or not want to see you shine, G? You understand what I'm saying? Why?
Well, it could potentially take
'Cause
money out your pockets.
It's two different lanes, though. And you'll be gaining as well.
But if you're just starting out,
you're
just starting out, you gotta. Every artist, and it's even happened to me.
Like I said, if that wasn't your life, If that wasn't your life, that wasn't your life. You know, and you're not. Listen, it was my life. So sharing spotlight with other guys has never been a big deal for me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's never been a big deal. Like it'll probably never be a big deal because I know where I am with that. I've always known where I was with that. I'm gonna forever know where I am with that. And you know, that didn't come from the industry. It didn't come from being rich. You know, it just came from being me. You know, I was enough. Everybody don't feel like they're enough in that way. You know what I mean? Some people feel like they need more to be enough in that way. You know, like I got this now, so finally I'm enough. Nah, me out the gate, I was enough. You know what I mean? I was enough out the gate.
And the person just didn't want to see you shine because you may have blew them out of the water.
Well, I mean, I wanted to think light of that. I really did. But then these other things happen, you know? These other things happen. Like, I mean, this is public. This ain't nothing private. This ain't nothing you like,
I don't remember.
you know, it's just something I remind you of, you know?
Remind me. Refresh me.
2 albums, 2 tours came out with this other, you know, person that didn't go well, either of them. Like, couldn't finish either of them. 2 albums, 2 tours.
Come on.
Couldn't finish him.
That guy?
Couldn't finish him. All they had to do was share spotlight. That's all they had to do.
I can't stand him.
All they had to do was
But
share spotlight.
the one that's incarcerated right now, he went off. It seemed like he went off the deep end unless he allowed him to go off the deep end. Unless somebody's so mastermindful that they could push you to go off the deep end and make it seem like it's your fault.
Someone who also came up so insecure that they have to be on top of all their masterminding. Still don't sound possible to you, huh?
No, that's possible. That is possible. That's very possible.
Still don't sound possible to you.
But hold on. When you know that story with the tour and stuff like that, and you hear different things, right? Let's not play games. These mind games. You guys are slick, but you ain't slicker than me. When you hear these things, you heard that the individual who's currently incarcerated for the shenanigans that he's accused of, that he's the one that went off the deep end. He's the one that got upset because the fans weren't cheering to him when he was on the stage. They wanted to see the rapper, not the R&B singer. This is what we heard. This is what was put out there.
Really?
Yes.
What'd you see?
I didn't see that. I could see that there was a lot of men that probably would have liked Jay over. Because, I mean, at the time, R. Kelly was hot. Wait, F that. At the time, he was hot, bro. Scorching. So it confused me. I could say, kind of like, damn, what? People didn't come up for R. Kelly? It confused me. It did. It confused because R. Kelly was hot.
Mm-hmm. He was.
Fiesta was fire.
My dude.
He was.
My dude. It's like, it's no comparison.
What do you mean? As far as fan-wise?
Listen. R. Kelly sings to women. Women. He don't have one song where he's singing to a man.
Respect.
Not one. In the history of R&B, which stretches back decades in this country, like it's always been love. It's always been intertwined with females. You know what I mean? Or just love and love making. If you don't want to say females, fine. Come on, we know that's not rap. We know that's not rap. We know every rap song ain't made for females. Most of them ain't made for females. It's the total opposite. Okay? So nobody in the world is going to convince me that more women in there came to see a rapper than they did to see an R&B artist. I'm sorry. You'll never get me to believe that. Never. Nah, I had one little rinky-dink single. Panties came up on the stage. They came up on the stage. Whoa, stop the show. Whose are these? You know what I mean? I had those nights. That don't happen to rappers. Cause most of these songs ain't for women.
I wouldn't throw my
Like it's it,
as a woman.
it
I wouldn't
no,
throw my
it's
panties at a rapper.
Most songs against the women.
against them.
Or downgrading them.
If I had a
Like you can't pay me to believe like there was more people there to see anybody than there was to see R. Kelly. I'm sorry. No. R. Kelly can pack any arena in this country with no help. No Kanye, no violinists, no other people helping to stretch the show out. He can hold that stage 2 hours by himself.
in those times.
No help.
Yeah.
No caps. Like these kids say. Like,
yeah,
he didn't need it. He could go all the way back to a public announcement and sing us all the way to 12 play. In 2 hours.
You gotta think about that.
No help.
I agree.
Sold out.
I agree.
Predominantly women.
Facts.
But they there to see your boy. No. I won't believe that with $1 billion sitting in front of me with my name on it. I won't believe that. I'll lie and get the money. But I won't. But you couldn't pay me enough to believe that. No. Unless you are that type of artist. If you LL or if you Nas, you smell me? If that's who you are, then yeah, I'll say hip hop is smashing. And it's nothing but women in here, and it's sold out on the strength of rap. I can say that then. Outside of that, I can't say that for no rapper walking. And I look at the mic when I say that. I can't say that for no rapper walking. I don't care how rich you are, how poor you are, nothing. I can't say that.
Yeah, Nas was.
Nas was in our era.
That's the closest you're going to get to everything, and they're falling out over a rapper.
Yeah. If our
My era?
was.
My era? Yeah.
Because, he used to be my top favorite. No lie.
He was everybody's top favorite.
He was definitely on my wall.
Stop me when I'm talking crazy.
Him, Tupac.
Stop me when I'm talking crazy. For real. I don't believe that. I disagree with that one, bro. No. Yeah, they was going crazy, all right. It was going crazy for him. They wasn't booing him out yet. I mean, okay, granted, his trouble wasn't even that bad yet at that time. Outside of what we saw in that video, his trouble wasn't even that bad with females like, oh, I can't deal with this dude. It wasn't, come on, be honest. It wasn't even there yet with females. Females are like, I can't believe they trying to lock him up for this. Oh my God, please don't lock up my daddy. Millions of them. Please don't lock him up. Nah, bro. Nah. Hip hop can't hold a candle to R&B. When it comes to females, wasn't it 2 albums?
Nah, I think it was Best of Both Worlds. That was one.
And Best of Both Worlds 2?
Really? Hold up, Flip. You bugging.
Oh, I know it was definitely 2 tour attempts. I could be wrong on the albums. Y'all forgot.
I know he got maced in Madison Square Garden.
R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Wow. When did that happen?
I don't know.
The time Madison Square Garden, they said that that's the time Jay went on the radio and talked about it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was only one album.
It was only one album.
Best of Both Worlds.
The other,
It's 2 albums? Can't be.
Unfinished Business.
That was an album?
It's 04. Hold on. Yeah, Unfinished Business. It's 04. Jay-Z R. Kelly album.
Whoa.
What songs is on there again?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big Chips. Remember that song?
I was about to say, all right, I better shut up now. I'm making up stuff.
Nah. I remember the train now.
Collaboration between. Yup, you're right.
Unfinished Business. That's the other one.
So back to my original statement. 2 unsuccessful opportunities to share light, just to share light. 2.
There's some records on here though. Not no smokers, but not no smokers.
There's your proof.
What do they have? Take You Home With Me was probably the biggest one. All the other ones were cool, but Take You Home With Me, I think, was one of the smokers. Out of both,
it went platinum.
Out of both albums, that record to me was probably the biggest one. All the other ones are cool. My opinion.
It's an Unfinished Business went platinum.
I mean, it's two big names. I don't see it being hard for them to shoot the numbers up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't see it being hard for them to shoot the
The
numbers
hype
up.
alone to sell the records.
They're gonna sell it. But the records though, I'm looking at the track list right now. Best of Both Worlds was cool.
Unfinished Business debuted at number 1 on the U.S. Billboard 200. Compared to the Best of Both Worlds, 12 Fields Attention.
I rest my case.
Got bowled over after R. Kelly was accused of erratic behavior and was pepper sprayed by a Jay-Z associate. Jay-Z and the tour promoter then banned R. Kelly from the tour, claiming it lacked professionalism. R. Kelly responded by suing his co-act and touring company for $75 million for breach of contract. Interesting.
Sound like egos to me. So he was right? It was.
But let me ask you a question. I gotta get at you real quick. Did you ever have a conversation? Last time I asked you, besides renegotiating your album, did you have a conversation and got any sort of inclination that this person that we are alluding to doesn't want to see you shine? Did you have a conversation about album, about anything where you either brushed off or not given the rubber respect that you would needed to give or not appreciated? Yes or no?
From that person, no.
Please talk it to the mic.
From that person, sir, my good sir, no.
You're
lying to me, right?
No, I'm not.
She's looking at you.
No,
I'm
just
not.
looking.
I'm not.
I really am. I want to know too.
I'm not. Like,
wait a minute.
I don't even remember him being a man of many words. You know what I mean? Dane was the man of many words. Dane was the one that's touching his head and walking off from me and coming back. I know you're intelligent because I know you're intelligent. You know, and there's no way that you don't understand what I'm saying when I tell you that. Like, that was Dame all day long. He talked to you till he's blue in the face. You know what I mean? He's like your older brother. He needed you to get it. Like, whatever it was he was trying to get you to get, he needed you to get it. All right? My other boss, who I also respect, had a whole different demeanor. He'd tell you one time in codes, and if you got it, it was meant for you to get.
What other boss you talking about?
Jay.
Okay.
If you didn't get it, it wasn't meant for you to get. You're not a bona fide hustler. I ain't waste my breath. We can both go on with our lives.
Okay.
Right. Dame was like, listen, this is the process. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and this is J. Hey, it's a straight line to your money. All you got to do is walk to it.
So Dame told you your album was coming out, and then after a meeting, your album didn't come out, basically.
Dame was always who I looked to for that information. I didn't look anywhere else. So when it didn't go that way, you know what I mean?
It had to be something else.
Yeah, it had to be something else.
Got you.
It had to be something. It had to be a reason because
he's
he's standing on it. I mean, he's standing on what he wants to do, and then what he wants to do gets or doesn't get done, and then it's like, okay, right. So guys, I'm gonna go back over here where, you know what I mean, I'm away from whatever this is and continue to do what I do over there. That was pretty much me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bruh. It's not, and even now, it's not even like I have a fear of it. It's just that I got my own moves I want to make. And I would hate for, anything to get in the way of that, because then I'm going to really talk. And you probably get the ratings that you want that night for sure. Because if it came down to it, it's just gonna be that. Really, nobody that I know of has said anything okay, nobody said anything directly to me, and I do know of somebody saying something, but it wasn't him. It is somebody that be around him, but it wasn't him. So they irrelevant because all they do is hold his nuts up anyway. So it don't really matter to me what they got to say about me personally. They didn't make me. None of them made me. I was Rell when I came in it. You know, they wouldn't have gave me the platform if I wasn't Rell. So, you know what I mean? To each his own. God bless you all.
And who holds his nuts?
This other person, these other people, this other group. You know, it was them that had something to say in regards to me, and it's not even that I heard them say it. It's just somebody that I'm very cool with that was around them. You know, heard something that they didn't like, and
What did the group not like, Rell? That's what you're saying.
I don't know.
No, stop, Rell.
See,
Rell, we ain't doing that.
Listen. I don't know.
You don't
they were
know
at a house party. I wasn't there. Someone asked, "Where's the kid? Y'all seen him? How is he?" Another person off that really don't have nothing to do with me said, "F me, I'm over. They're dealing with something else now." But that person is around, you know. So it's like,
And who was the other act that they decided to deal with?
this other boy that we all know.
Who? A singer?
Yeah.
There was a singer on Roc-A-Fella? Who was the singer?
No, it was no singers on Roc-A-Fella. I was the only one outside of Chris Jones.
You talking about Pharrell?
No.
No.
You know,
Who was the boy? Just say who was the boy they decided to deal with. That's it. The artist. Who was the artist they decided to deal with? You're not talking bad about the artist, but who was the artist that they decided?
Oh no, me and the artists, we good. You know, as far as
So who's the artist?
We were.
Oh dang, what happened? Oh, I know what it is. Duh, y'all should know that. You from here?
Wait, hold on.
All right, you know.
Wait, stop. Let me get my mind right. G, hold me down, G.
He said, "Hold me down."
You know.
You should know it. You know it.
What song? Give me something. Give me a hint. Come on, Rell.
We've already referenced him.
I did.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we did. Well, I did.
Mr. West?
No, it wasn't Kanye.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't Kanye.
So who was it? Pull the mic closer so I can hear you.
Who the hell?
It was Neo.
Oh!
I forgot about him. I mean, I forgot
Let's
about
go!
Schaefer. I forgot about Schaefer.
Oh, you forgot.
Schaefer.
Yes. I forgot.
Oh.
Now it makes sense.
Oh, wow.
But even then,
So, you know, I knew that there was relevance to the statement. I knew, you know, when they were asked how was I faring, or how was I doing, you know, and that was the response. I knew that there was relevance to that statement, and that's okay too. Like I said, you know,
was it Tata that said this?
I'm not sure.
It was Tata.
I'm really not sure if
because Tata was dealing with Neo's project.
Really.
Tata.
You don't say. I didn't know that.
Got PD Crack on Neo's record.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. That makes sense. I never knew who it was. Thank you, Queens.
Wait, no. Wait, hold on.
I appreciate it. Like I never knew.
No, wait.
No, I
asked
didn't
you.
know. Thanks.
But PD just don't say thank you like that. Don't say thank you. I'm trying to involve you. G, hold me down. G, hold me.
He said, "Hold me down. Hold me down."
G, hold me
I
down,
had
bro.
no idea.
He's like, "I'm at peace right
No,
now."
because come on, G, hold me
I
down.
didn't.
Yeah. What he said. PD. Yeah.
Then
know?
PD Crack said
He
Tata
said, yeah,
called him in the
yeah,
office
he said,
and said, "I want you to hear this record."
He made it happen for PD. Yeah, that's facts. Anything else? That's
Wow,
facts. That's facts.
the shit you don't know.
Wait, hold on. Nah, y'all trying to reverse it on me. Yo, G, you bug. If you let them get away with this, G, and I get it. G, they reversing it on me, bro.
Nah, but
Yeah, I should just.
I didn't
We
know.
can totally get away
I
with
had
some
no
shit together.
idea
I really think so.
that's wow.
Yeah,
That shit
hell
don't work
yeah.
on
So
me. Y'all
you
knew.
really-
You knew that. You knew that.
You really think that's Wow.
I don't think that, but they started dealing with Neo. And he's a very slick guy. And Petey Crack stated and said, "Yo, I did something. Tata was mad. I thought he was still mad, but then he called me in the office and said, "Yo, I want you to listen to this new artist."
You say he separated the business from the person, or
Yes.
he still work with him, even though he felt the way about him.
But why would they not like? You had a hot. What year did Better Love came out? That was hot.
That was after what the Love Free was first. That was
03.
Like, then that was like 03.
03, yeah.
Better
And
Love.
what year did the Neo joint come out?
When Neo?
Neo and Petey
Stay
Crack.
with me.
Yeah, probably a little,
I don't
maybe
know.
a little after, or
A
around
little
the
after.
same time.
Did you offend any the guy that was holding his nuts? Did you offend him at all? Did you have a run-in with him? Did he ask you to do something? You said no.
No.
05.
No.
Come on, 05. Neo
No.
joint. A little after.
Holmes. I'm Dame. Like I said, I wasn't around them. There'd be no reason. I would have no reason to say anything about them. They ain't had nothing to do with how I was moving.
So it surprised you when you heard that, though. It kind of bothered
Definitely
you.
surprised.
I
me
could
when
tell
heard
it,
It was
okay.
like, wow, that's how you felt. Okay. All right, little man.
Yeah, I know he talking about now. I know. I got it. I got it. You should never said little man. Should never said.
Wow, it was facts. I mean,
Better Love came out in 03.
yeah, that's what I said. 03.
Neo came out after 05. Neo
After
yeah.
in 05.
Neo and Petey Crack.
I wonder why they went that direction though. They had R&B singers.
Like I said, like there are things that went on that we did that you just don't know, bro. Like you weren't privy to all the information because you weren't in the meetings. You know what I mean? Weather forecast change, you didn't know till you knew. And that's how a lot of things went. And that's just the truth of it.
Well, let's leave it at that then, man.
That's just the truth of it. Rell's not withholding anything. It's just Rell didn't know.
And then
And then you see how everything unfolds, and it's like, well, damn.
but you also stated that if somebody try to mess up what you got going on, you're gonna really start talking. So that means you're holding back.
No, I'm just saying, like I said before, if it started with me, I'm gonna finish it with whoever starts it. That's what I said. And I mean that. I mean that because contrary to popular opinion, that smack him like he R&B shit stops here. That's not happening without retaliation. It's not happening. I'm country. I'm stupid. I'm from the sticks. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Now you want to turn up.
No. It's just, well, yeah, because that's what you do when your back's up against the wall and the gentleman, the debonair ain't working. That's where you when your peacekeeping is not working. The peacekeeper is the most dangerous person.
Do you feel like you were unappreciated though, Rell? Do you feel like I was unappreciated? My time, my loyalty, you know, Gmoney told me that the record that you had with Jay that came out was a big record. Gmoney was telling me that was a big record Rell was on, the first joint, the single.
I don't feel like they was ever on my level. None of them. That's how I feel.
All right, we say, you going too far. Let's end it.
Nah, that's how I feel. I don't feel like none of them was ever on my level. You know what I mean? I came to New York in a 3-piece suit. I had to wait a few years before they would grow into that mentality. Sorry. It was a few more years before even my bosses would grow into the mentality of a 3-piece suit. They didn't have it when I first got here.
Change clothes.
You mean shows in the music?
They didn't have it. Straight up. That wasn't part of their get up.
They told y'all how they did it. They told you. They told you.
That was a hot record. Change clothes.
And go.
Oh. Well, I'm good, man. You have any final words for the people?
What's going on with Rell now, today,
Yes,
in 2020,
Thank
man?
you, G.
Let's talk about Rell in 2020, man. What can we expect? What can we look forward to?
I'm gonna have fun with it.
I don't know. Like
The eyelids.
Queens just
I
made
know,
me
I know
hot.
that
So in 2020, I can't say exactly. I could say I'm working on Don Omar right now. We're in the studio. Me and Don in the
Nice.
studio. We have 3 or 4 joints that we did from before years ago. And this time around, he got back with his young brother and was like, "Look, let's do it again."
Pull the mic close. Just pull. You don't have to move forward. Just pull it. No, just turn it. It turns. There you go.
Okay. So that's like Don's. He's a bit of priority right now. You know, I'm into the Afro beat, into reggaeton, soca, reggae, like into into that wave. I'm definitely into that because it's giving me a chance to get back into authentic, R&B. From what I'm hearing, their sound is pure. It's almost brand new, and really it's just that recycling is coming back around again.
Right.
So I'm gearing up. I'm just about finishing the EP right now.
Okay.
And I think it's gonna be a couple of those sounds that's gonna tally up that whole mix for me. She's working on her EP as well.
Nice.
We really been tag team and songwriting. We both are part of this collaboration with this artist from South Carolina who's on BET right now. I'm on a hook called Take It There. His name is MSCJ. He's from St. Helena, and we got together by way of one of my partners, Cash Castro. And so, back at BET.
Oh, and Mr. Hanky produced that, by the way.
Yeah, Hanky produced that beat. That's I think that's his third one. He did California, and then Smile with Duval and Snoop, and now this third one. We were fortunate enough to get on that. So,
what's the artist name? MS who?
MSCJ. It's like Mob Squad Carolina space JAY, but it's MSCJ. MSC space JAY.
Yeah, they have a video on YouTube.
So
I see it.
Yeah. Like you said, BET's running that now. MTV's supposed to pick it up soon. I have a deal on the table of unprecedented proportions. So, that's why everything we spoke on tonight
It's so funny.
It's okay. It's just ironic, that wow, I'm here with you, and I'm telling you, this deal it might be what, a month, maybe a month and a half. Like we've been negotiating this. It's unheard of. Like what I mean? It's unheard of. I look forward to really getting back to the music as an artist, and in a fashion that I deserve and I enjoy, and in a fashion I can be a blessing to other artists. So that's what's on the table right now, gentlemen. The minute that's finalized, I think I'd rather come back here first and provide y'all with initial information. Yeah,
that's what's up.
And we do it that way because this was. I know a lot of people gonna hear this. I just want.
Of course, I'm gonna play around with the title.
I just wanna, I wanna say thanks for inquiring. Thanks for having me here. I hope you got all the information you needed, sir.
Also plug in your IG. Where can find you at?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, official Rell Music. You can find her at 50 Shades of Manny.
Can you plug in your IG for the people, please?
Sure. You can find me at 50 spelled out 50 Shades _of Manny. It's definitely 50 Shades of me.
Better love.
Stop. The way you doing it,
My
though.
son look fire. That you smooth.
Ever since I'm on your face.
My mom, that was that one.
Appreciate you. We appreciate you coming to Flip the Script, man. And, I actually enjoyed this interview. I did. I mean, childhood, and tried to get the best. I think I did a good job.
Yeah, yeah. You did I think we all did a good job. You know what I mean? I think we all did a good job.
Oh,
I'm just messing with
call me
y'all.
Gail Kim.
You're not. I'm just saying. You was digging hard.
Yeah.
I mean, like, ooh, I was over there sweating bullets.
I saw you. I had to turn the AC. I was getting hot because he was just rocking.
Just like,
Make me float. Rock the boat.
oh, that's so funny you said that.
Yeah.
I have a song actually
Called Rock the
that's
Boat.
called
Rock the Boat.
and it's actually inspiration from Aaliyah's Rock the Boat.
When can people hear your music?
That's coming. That's about to drop.
Can we get a sample or something? Or?
We,
Yeah, you can get a sample if you want to hear it.
Right now?
I mean, like,
I got it on my phone.
I'm talking about, like,
He wanted the live
yeah,
sample.
what's up, man?
I like the way that you touch it, baby. Baby, you know that it's true. When you call me, I come running, baby. Like a fiend, I'm needing you. And I don't want no issues. Cause your body on my menu. No snack in my dinner. Thick girl appetite when I'm with you.
Ow.
You know, that's the type of stuff
She
I
was
say.
ready for that. She was waiting.
You gotta practice that shit. You gotta practice.
She was ready for that.
I just
boy.
can't
for
wait
that.
till I get my interviews. Y'all can see who my peers were.
Yeah.
I
She
have
got an
peers
ill story
myself.
too. She got an ill story too. Like,
And they know who they are. They try to pretend that they
like
be seeing
one
me
guy
on
she was
IG.
around
I'm
and
like,
was on American Greed.
know
It's
me.
real. Like she got her own in California.
oh
Wow.
yeah, Nicole.
She
Murphy
mashed
and all
out
that.
west. Yeah, yeah.
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 Let's go.
Let's go.
Yo, I don't know where you got that from.
Let's get it. All right.
You'll never give up the
I tell you,
source.
I gotta kill you, man.
Right.
Yo, sign out, man.
Yo, dope episode, man. Make sure you follow the pages at FlipDaScript Pod, at DJ Gmoney 156, at QueenzFlip with a Z. Shout out to Rell, shout out to his lady. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all coming on our couch, man. Our platform.
Shout out to
man.
this lady.
Empress.
Empress.
I go by Empress.
Empress.
Yo, shout out to me on the bus.
I'm happy with you.
Yeah.
Man. QueenzFlip, this is real. G-Money, I like much respect to both of y'all.
Nah,
You know,
salute,
again,
bro.
congratulations on the enormity of your success because, like I said, the world's watching.
Oh yeah.
Stay tuned, everybody. You know what I mean? They doing big things.
And you funny
That's
as
all
shit.
I can say.
You are. You
Thank you.
funny as hell.
Oh man, I'm gonna stay tuning in. I'm just
crazy.
glad, you know, like I didn't know what to
watch,
expect tonight. I
most of
really
his
did.
stuff
I thought I was
before
gonna
we
be in the
left
back of the
South
car
Carolina.
or something. I didn't, you know, but this was love. This was love. I mean,
Y'all going back to South Carolina tonight?
No, we're here.
I'm here closing deals and writing. I'm here, bro.
Oh, by the way, he has children here too.
Oh yeah,
Let
shout
me
out my
say
son
that.
and daughter, Nia and Dre, Jersey.
Okay.
My turn?
Yeah.
It's QueenzFlip, man. URL TV.tv. Dope episode. I did my best, y'all. I did my best. Remember, lock your doors, close your windows, close your blinds, open your blinds. And if you see Rell on your lawn, put it away. He don't mean no harm. But if you see him on the lawn with Empress, don't be afraid to use a firearm. I'm from Queens.
Yo,
I love it.